Oh, not Addie just now seeing the message, please. He's like, what? Exactly. It's meh, just meh, just meh. I mean, I will try my hardest to provide a distraction from your meh work. You left off at chapter 6. I did. I believe so. I just remember turning it off. So we're supposed to go outside, right?
Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo.
This was it.
A big fight changes the nature of a friendship.
This was it, yeah.
Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all comes down to understanding.
Because they had a massive argument yesterday. And he went to bed through a tantrum. Apparently he was in bed the whole day, but I don't think he must have been in bed the whole day. Because apparently he missed the parade or the festival, but it's on. Like, it's now on the day after, so I don't know what he missed. Rollo was a jerk face. He really was. He really was. He was like, oh, at least my dad is still here, right? And I was like, oh, bit rude. You didn't try. You're sufficiently distracted, just sitting there looking all adorable. No, you, Goncall. No, you. Also, you should probably turn your camera off because I can see you right now.
Is not careful. The same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them.
What she said. Mm-hmm.
Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind.
The events of the day.
He had to find Rollo.
How long is one day? The events of the day. Is it the other day? Should I just adjust the angle? Adjust the angle, actually. Just tip it down a little. Just tip it down. There you are! Luca, Rollo wanted me to tell you something. What is it?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Shaking her head. Sigh. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If ye be brave, go somewhere quiet. Roxy, I don't... It's a riddle, Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever it is that went down between you two, squash it. Look at her being nice for the sake of her own peace and quiet. Seems like me, honestly. I'm not going to show you your ankles. I'm a lady. Okay, I didn't mean that low, Gunkle. You're not that much of a lady. But yes, cover your ankles, but only your ankles. Just the ankles. Cover those. A space adventure, though you needn't buy it. If you be brave, go somewhere quiet. Love a good riddle. Where would be somewhere quiet? Back to bed? That would be quiet, wouldn't it? Really? Just wear socks. I mean, yeah, that could work. That could work too. That could work too. Look at this cute little festival. And it's cute little music too. I adjusted the volume very slightly. And you guys hear the game better now than yesterday. I want it so you can hear the music and the cute little noises they make when they're speaking. Because when I watched the stream back yesterday, I realized the game is very quiet. It's like the game itself is very quiet. Unique New York. Unique New York. Huh? Oh, don't mind me. Just warming up for my big ceremony speech.
Pointed to his grinning mouth.
Pointed? Gotta limber up the old gab box. You nervous? Oh, heavens no. Well, break a leg. Give me the gift of a grip of a sock? What? What? Give me grippy socks? How goes the beetle hunt? Pretty rotten. I haven't seen so much as an excuvee. And it's not just the beetles. This morning I couldn't find any critters at all. So everything that buzzes or skitters just packed up and left. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival just spooked them. Yeah, maybe that's it. There's definitely something suspicious going on. With all of the bugs, this kid has mentioned all the bugs have disappeared. All of them. All around town disappeared. And it probably has something to do with the goop. Sounds like a good volume balance for me. Could come up a bit, but I can hear it. Okay. Maybe I could... Wait, let me see if there's an in-game setting too. Oh, there we go. That might make more sense, because I turned it up on the wavelength and I was like, I usually haven't had to adjust it because the games have usually been fine, but this game was just somewhat quiet, so do let me know. Do let me know again. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for Mr. Care's speech and the Perennial Harvest Festival sign reveal. You don't want to miss this. So from what I know, Solomon, I think his name was, Solomon has done something to the festival sign. You can't see it because it's hidden under the tarp, but I think when they reveal it, it's going to say something it shouldn't do. Boy effect? Okay, good. Glad you like it, Gunkle. Glad you can hear it because the music is cute. I'm vibing with it right now. I don't know who Perennial Harvest thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. Totally. This town's still falling apart, the weather's still cruddy, and this season's harvest looks like it's going to be worse than last year's. You said it. No amount of corporate pandering is going to change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade at the drink stand over there does look pretty tasty. Fitz. I'm still going to be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. You know, she has a point. Okay, I can't speak to this one, because they are all clones. It's the same person, multiple times. Can I speak to you? Ain't moving. Gotcha, okay. Haha, every single time. Yep. Oh, right, Iggy is not deformed on this one, because we didn't push Iggy in the stuff. Unexplained sound once again noted. They are like little robots, like clockwork. What a bunch of drones. Haha. They are drones. There's something suspicious.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey, Jeff. Everything all right? Yeah, everything's fine. I mean, used to be fine. Just ain't right these days, you know? I really do, actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow.
A furrowed brow.
He gave an understanding nod.
You do, don't ya?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
They're just relaxing. Oh, that was it. Okay, good. That was awkward. Space Adventure through, you wouldn't need to buy it if you'd be brave to go somewhere quiet. I feel like, now I think about it, I feel like that's the library. I feel like that's the library because you don't need to buy it, right? Because it's in the library, it's free, and it's also somewhere quiet. A most welcoming of welcomes. Would you like to share your thoughts? We always strive to improve. Nope. Nope. Not today. This is the first time I've seen this many smiling faces since the Fowl Festival. Harvest, I mean. I've had my doubts about Perennial Harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. It's all a facade. It's all a facade. I bet right after this, something bad's gonna happen because of them. Or they're covering up for something that bad has already happened. Hiya, Luca. How's Griffin doing? What? Oh, nothing.
Became flesh.
Who's Griffin? Just pretend I didn't say anything. Who's Griffin? Why do they ask us how Griffin is? Hello, book person. You can tell us our future again? No? Okay. Hello, who's this? Piper, you're actually taking a break from studying. I wanted to see what all the festival fuss is about, but I can't help but notice you still brought your backpack full of books. Luca, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True, true. So what you got in there? Books. Love that. Love that. I was able to return the Perennial Harvest safety suit you borrowed. The safety suit. The hazmat suit that we saw. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you needed it for? It was a favor for an enemy of my enemy. This isn't gonna harm Mr. Kerr, is it? All you need to know is that it is good. It's for the good of the family. So they're not working together? Oh my god, Dawn is here. Hello. Yawn. I've got a question for you. What do you think this whole festival is for? The way I figure it, Perennial Harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a bribe, but with balloons. Cynical, I like where your head is at. That's what I assumed at first till I eavesdropped on a couple of gossipy clipboards. What if I told you this whole thing is really a special shindig for a super secret guest of honor? A special guest who? I haven't dug that deep yet, but whoever it is, PH thinks they're a big deal. Perennial Harvest is doing it for a specific person. Interesting. Let's see. Who else can we talk to? Hey, Luca. So you're done at the library? Huh? Oh, nothing.
Away suspiciously.
There's Griffin. Nothing at all. Okay, so the other person asked us how Griffin was. We just spoke to Griffin. Griffin says, how's the library? I kind of already sussed together that we need to go to the library, but did you know that Beacon Pines is actually unincorporated? A lot of people didn't know that. Wow, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are handled internally. We do all the pipelines, the water treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking. Emergency services. You should probably pay attention to what this kid is saying. You should probably pay attention to it, because the fact that the mayor is part of the exclusive family, which is pretty much screwing over the whole town. You know, just saying. Okay, library. This is where we're supposed to be going, right? Somewhere quiet. That's what I thought, but I'm going to ignore it and see if we can explore first. Because I like exploring, and this is how we get new charms. Are the bees back yet? No. I'm going to explore first. Okay, this is still blocked. There's no one here, so we can go this way, right? The stream of sludge has gone, so they definitely cleaned that up. They definitely cleaned it up. Beck's house is this way. Speaking of screwing over the town, any relation to Tom Nook? It probably actually could be. Because the whole family's dogs, right? So they probably have some relation to... What is Tom Nook, a fox? Is he no, he's a raccoon. Is he a raccoon? Trash panda? I think he might be more of a trash panda. Now I'm not sure, Hangry. I'm not quite sure, but yes, he could be related. Screwing over the town. Okay, we're in the library. I'm going to avoid you and talk to this person over here first. Hi, Jace. Still working through the newest Hank Atomic? You know it. Some fascinating canon toward the end. Did you know Hank Atomic's shrink array doesn't technically shrink stuff? It uses inverse quantum particle decay to literally grow the entire universe around an object, leaving the object unaltered. So it just looks shrunk compared to everything else. Bingo, that's wild. But Jace, no spoilers, please. Oh, right. Sorry. That seems weird. If you could make everything bigger, could you not just make one thing smaller? Seems like less of a hassle. A raccoon. I thought it was a raccoon, Hangry. I thought he was a raccoon. It felt more like a raccoon, right? But yeah, he screws everybody over. Hiya, Luca.
Lit with excitement.
I've been expecting you. Bravo on deciphering the first riddle. That was the first one? The first? Oh, you didn't think all that was... you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo does go all out, doesn't he?
Straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Our planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue.
Stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. Let me figure it out. All right, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. And if you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Okay, on planet Farpool, you may take issue. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. Okay, so issue and fifth are in italics. So issue meaning magazine, right? Comic. When the fifth king dies, you'll need a tissue. So it's the fifth issue? Maybe? Oh, they're upstairs. The comics are upstairs, right? So it'd be the fifth issue?
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 4 from...
No, I want a different one.
Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue number 5 from the shelf.
This one, issue number 5. The fifth king. Must be this one, right? You found it!
Book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp.
GG's me.
The book under the purple light.
There's a Pokemon in the chat. It's the first Pokemon we've seen in an hour and 17 minutes. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed.
Adventures of Hank Atomic, issue 5.
Issue 5. I did a thing.
Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
That was me. I did all that myself. He used to write secret messages everywhere with that, and only I had the special flashlight needed to reveal it, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded Jeff for this purple light bulb, parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, Rolo. Now let's see here.
Began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Oh? Get away with such a
He
grift.
continued flipping.
Only found in Grub. Cart.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
Hi, Ash. Thank you for the heartbeat. That's it. Grift in Grub Cart. Griffin Grub Cart. Yes. He wants me to go to Griffin's snack stand. Well, we did already speak to Griffin. Ah, brilliant. I guess you're off then. Good luck on the rest of your scavenger hunt. Thanks, Kato. Well, I see it now. Makes sense. Makes sense. I feel like everybody else knew about the riddle. Everybody else. Yin, you caught Pancham. Okay, we go down here, and then we speak to Griffin, which I still don't know what Griffin is. Like a lizard or something? Maybe? Hey, Griffin, did Rolo come?
Luca could finish his sentence. Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Corn dog? Oh, that's it. Bought and paid for. Enjoy. I thought there was supposed to be a riddle or something.
Taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck, it's cold. Oh yeah, that's been sitting here for a while. Rolo wanted me to make sure, to be sure to give you that one specifically. There's a message in it, right?
Tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth.
Is that a
He
note?
reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Imagine. Oh, come on.
Bits of corn dog to read the slip.
A pickup when you need some pep. Near the fountain, up the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of
Behind the coffee shop. This is going to be a whole thing. Okay, it's behind the coffee shop. We had to go speak to that one person who asked us about Griffin, right? Because they told us the real... This is what I get for exploring. A pickup when you need some pep near the fountain up the step. There we go. There you are, Luca. Ain't no way I'm actually doing... Oh, there's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below my pay grade. Come on, you big stiff. Let the kids have some fun. Fine, but Rolo owes me one.
Waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings, your final task of friendship brings. So that wasn't so hard. Hard. Oh. Got those muscles. I feel cheapened somehow. I think it's sweet. Hi, Jeff. Welcome in. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task of friendship begins. Flight. So what takes flight but has no wings? And for some reason I'm thinking of a flight of stairs. But that doesn't make sense. What takes flight but has no wings? A balloon? Oh. Did you find the comic? But wait, this is Rolo. He's already here. Yep. And you got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then, I know it doesn't make up for what I said, but here you've earned this.
Sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Balloons, because they take flight but don't have wings. Okay. Polite. We've got 2 charms. Thanks. You didn't have to go to all this trouble. I'm sorry I got so mad. Dang it, you were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Now you've apologized twice before me. Just let me do this. Luca, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mum and all, I've always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you said you were hanging out with someone else, I kind of freaked out. Rolo, still my turn. I feel like if you need some new... it felt like if you needed some new friend to help you, it meant that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can talk now.
Luca threw himself at Rolo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
That's cute. I don't deserve you. I don't deserve you either. Look at these two. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to do today? We could snoop around and try to find some information about your mum. Snoop where? We could probably sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. Aren't you curious about all that stuff those clipboards write down? Ooh, that is true. What if we get caught? I think I've had enough excitement for 1 week. Let's just make the rest of the day about us. The rest of the world can wait 1 more day. You know, I've been wanting to get some work done on the MCDC at Mission Control. The aim is a bit unpredictable. That sounds perfect. We know it's unpredictable because we tried to use it and it didn't work. Also, collect your data because if you haven't already. I set the balloons on me. Oh, wait, we're going to the treehouse, aren't we? Look how silly that is. There are balloons just bobbing left to right. Okay, so we're going to the treehouse. Love that. Look, we're friends now. Again. Oh. Did you hear? After Mr. Kerr gave his big speech, they're going to have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as a boot qualifies as a catch, I'm a shoo-in. No fish, right? No bugs, no fish. Can we do the fishing thing? So the kids mentioned that there's no bugs. This one has just mentioned that there's no fish before, right? So
Luca wrapped
pungent.
a twig of thyme around the hook. Some fish have refined taste.
Interesting. So there's definitely something going on. Because since the foul harvest and more recently, there's been no bugs, no fish, and everyone's passed comment about it. There's definitely something going on. Ooh, what is that? Property of Sharper Valentine. Figures, if he had his way, property of Sharper Valentine would be written on everything in this town. Should we give it back to him? He may not even want it back. The man's got a contentious relationship with time. We'll keep it here in case he ever wants to pick it up. See, the dad definitely doesn't like the Valentines. There's definitely something going on there. Though it said he worked there, right? Because he had an accident at the factory, I believe. Hi, David. Welcome in. Welcome in. If you haven't already, guys, collect your data recall. How's your Tuesday going? I almost forgot. I ran into your gran this morning. She asked me to give you this.
Handed Luca an unopened letter.
Ooh. I'll wait for you inside if you want to read it now. Uh-oh. A letter?
Some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward. But if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried.
Scandalous.
Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
She's doing something. She's doing something. And she's sad because he may be left without a third guardian. You know, dad died, mum's missing, Gran's probably gonna go AWOL and disappear too. Tuesday's going good. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear it's going well. Anything fun planned for the rest of your day, David? I love you too, Gran. He's crying.
To his pocket and headed up the ladder.
Oh. Oh, he's just relaxing now. What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. They're just gonna hang out and relax because they're best friends again. You know, you really didn't have to go to all that trouble just to apologize. I know, but we'd been looking forward to the festival for weeks after I ruined everything with my big mouth. This was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me.
I
Rolo,
was at a loss for words.
at least you
That's
tried.
fine. Words aren't always necessary.
It's true. The festival seemed nice. Was it nice? We can still go. This is fine. There's always next year.
Sadly, this was untrue.
There isn't always next year?
A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
The drama? Wait, the festival wasn't even that impressive anyway. There's literally nothing going on. Stuff to do, but nothing fun. Can we make stuff to do fun? David, is there any way of making it fun? Huh? What was that? We missed the fireworks? It was not fireworks.
Something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Old and cruel as time itself? What?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill.
Wait, what?
Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene.
What?
In a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time.
Stop.
The end.
Stop. We're going back.
Oh, that
We're going back.
ending. It simply can't.
It cannot.
I won't.
Rewind, bitch.
And I hope
Go
you
back.
won't either.
Uh-uh.
There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh, look at this. 2 branches with completely different options. Imagine. Imagine. We had to pick one and go down a different route and see what happens. Win the lottery and hire other people to do the chores. That's a great idea, David. You should definitely try win the lottery so you can pay them to do the chores. Great idea. I think I can get behind that one. Okay, so this big fork in the road here, this one right here. Beans.
3 months. They were the best. Ooh, 3 months.
Ooh, 3 months. Beans, thank you so much for the 3 months resub. Oh my god, you're the best. Thank you so much. Wait. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the resub. Welcome in, babes. How are we doing? How are we doing? Thanks so much. I really appreciate you. You're the best. Yeah, so we had this fork here. This is where either Roxy can take Rolo to do chores and we go on our own, right? And then, you know, we end up going down the whole route of this one. This route is we go on our own and then this is the correct one? Yeah. And then we struggle. This is the path we just took, and then we make friends with Beck, right? And then it ended up with us freezing. And on this one is where Rolo gets kidnapped. We make friends with Beck to try and save him. So there's 2 different routes we can go down, different stories, but I feel like they're going to branch off again themselves as well. So as we just did this one, maybe we'll take the complete opposite side and try something different. So what we'll do, we'll go to here, and instead of doing strange and then pushing Iggy into the thing and Iggy becoming deformed, maybe we can tickle and something different will happen. Maybe. Been a bit sick, so I had to stop streaming this week, but getting better at Tetris. Oh, Tetris. I'm terrible at Tetris, so if you're good at Tetris, that's great because I'm already impressed. Because I don't even know how to play Tetris correctly. I just kind of drop things down and make it look pretty, you know. But sorry you're not feeling so good. Do you know what it is? I'm doing okay, but just keeping busy. We're playing some cute little cozy visual novel, which is, it's cozy, but it's kind of terrifying, honestly. Kind of terrifying. So if we remember here, Rolo is missing. We're using Beck as our friend to keep us company, but they also offer to help us find Rolo. And then Iggy comes in and is picking on both us and our new friend. Last time we chose to be strange, and then what happened was they tried to attack our friend, so we pushed Iggy into the green slime, and then we found out that the green slime does kill plants, and it seemed to have made Iggy very deformed. So maybe if we tickle them, something different will happen.
Well, time to bust out the tickles.
The tickles. Hey Tish, want to see something cool? Yup. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
Interesting. What the Tish? Is she tickling you? Yup. Hi up. Hi up.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter.
She likes being tickled. Hi up, hi up, hi up. What is hi up?
Until Tish finally had had enough.
Oh, she ran up and left? Love that. What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
Yeah, it is also tiny. I just remembered I have somewhere to be. Mm-hmm. See you around, new kid.
He looked at the puddle before making his escape.
No! She got on her. You got ooze. Oh no.
Ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
I feel it was only a little bit. Oh, she got a blonde patch. Okay. Diabetes, insulin resistances now is my time of the month. I have really low blood sugar. Well, that's not good. That's one thing piled on after the other. That's not great. That's not great. But I hope, aside from that, I hope you are okay. Also, there's a Pokemon in chat. Oh, never mind. As I just was about to press it, I missed it, please. What are your feelings about having more mature, refined look? Oh, God. Wait. So it's only just like a little bit of hair. Not deformed. Like, that's the better option out of the two.
The best policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath.
Yeah, we're okay.
We just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess.
It could have been worse.
But finding Rolo was his primary concern.
I do like that we're jumping between the two big branches, so it is not just too repetitive. What the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
Yeah, because he's missing. That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We're just helping look for Rolo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her.
Because she's
Her
concerned.
eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We're running out of
In a
time.
torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Ron and I weren't just playing in Weep Wood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but somehow there was someone was there in a strange suit, and we hid in the dumpster and a heavy bag dropped on us, and I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up, and I ran home, and it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground in thought. With a determined sigh, she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rolo's gonna be okay, I
Roxy, turn
promise.
yourself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I want to help. This is far too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do
Roxy
something.
tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
Probably home. You go back to that little treehouse you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rolo shows up. Sounds like a plan?
Rubbed his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. Honestly, if anyone's going to come save me, I would want it to be Roxy because she's still got that broom in her hand. And I know full well she ain't afraid to smack a bitch with it. So I'd much rather she came for me than little Luca. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Huddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. The willies. I was going to start looking for work again, but I have been too tired to work, so I was going to study, but then I got tired, so now I'm being lazy. That's completely understandable. That's completely understandable. You've got to take care of yourself first, right? Make sure that you are taking care of yourself, focusing on getting better. That's the most important thing. Also, resting up. You need the energy. You definitely need the energy. Wait at the treehouse in case Rolo shows up, which he's still, like, been kidnapped, so I don't think he's just going to turn up, is he? Really?
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
We scared him. Don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry, who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh, is he the one who keeps ringing Grandma? Oh no, I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But a dang thing never does, of course. I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rolo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rolo knows these woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Why is the music so dramatic? Why is it getting so much louder? We're just having a normal conversation. I felt like I was being chased by Nemesis or something. Christ. Silly boy's antics has this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rolo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How could you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Substantial hands? Dang it, boy, if there's something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell folks. This drama music is stressing me out. Yeah, I've been streaming though, just doing something productive and talking a bit with others. Yeah, it's nice to keep busy, right? Keep distracted, work on something to take your mind off it, you know?
There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was a something lurking behind those eyes. A shame? Was he the man in the suit?
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes.
A shame lurking behind those eyes.
Deep sadness.
Sadness?
If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rolo, maybe he could help.
Yes, maybe he could help. Yesterday, Rolo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with what? You were with Rolo when he went missing? I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster. See, he now knows that we know that Rolo was there because we were with Rolo, and he knows that we know that the Valentine warehouse is not abandoned. So we're onto his scheme. So he's gonna probably murder us. What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That's the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage. But that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage, I think. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows I tried to keep you safe.
Tempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you Van Horns just can't help yourselves, can you? Implying that both the mother and the father also were investigating. We were all so close to being done with this.
Shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
It's out of my hands now.
With a mechanical hiss.
Shit.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet.
Wait, it's not a phone booth?
Inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
The end again?
Wait. No. This isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong.
You think?
Okay, let's try.
It's definitely like Doctor Who, right? More Mocha emotes? Yeah, he's got new emotes. He's got, well, they were being approved last stream, so until the next stream, no one knows yet. Okay, so until we have another option for shame, this is a dead end. And then this one down here, fight was a dead end. Okay. Interesting. So we could go back to this one and we could do flight. Try flight and see what happens here. So this is the case where we did push Iggy. Iggy got covered in the goo, and then the perennial harvest was coming after Iggy, and he was hiding in the treehouse when we found him. So perennial harvest is one of the weird creepy hyena person was here, and we were going to try use the cannon to shoot at them when it did nothing, and then the game ended because we didn't win. So we're going to try fleeing instead. So instead of fight, we're going to flight. We're going to try and run away.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left.
Run.
Flight.
Just run.
He squinted down the barrel of the mission control defense cannon, aiming it through an opening in the dense tree branches.
Smart. Smart.
He looked up with surprise as it struck true and taut.
Wow, I can't believe that worked. Hey, Mr. Kerr. We'd love to hear your thoughts, but I'm afraid we have places to be. Come on, Iggy. See you, jerks. Sigh, fine. We know where that leads them. This way, we'll take the tunnels. The tunnels that we just found out about.
Luca and Iggy winced as they sprinted through the thicket. The branches clawed at them, reluctant to give passage. After what felt like a marathon, Luca stopped in his tracks as they reached the clearing. What the? That was all he was able to say before Iggy slammed into his back.
What is it?
He tumbled down a steep decline and crashed with a wheezing thud on a surface as hard as ice.
Ice?
In fact, it was ice.
Ice! The ice!
Chapter 5. Signs. They stood silently, catching their breath. The sky was like sapphire. With each breath, a plume of steam escaped from Luca's lungs. Let's keep moving. Luca pulled Iggy to his feet as he gazed across a snowy terrain.
Why is it all cold and snowy here? That was actually pretty badass. Uh-huh. I think we lost them. Are we up in the mountains? I don't think so. If anything, we went downhill. Then what's up with the Winter Wonderland? All I know is there's no going back the way we came. Let's see if we can get our bearings. Follow me. Find a way home. What is this?
A disc of smooth metal was lightly covered in snow.
A tunnel.
Faint seams were visible along the surface.
A manhole cover? If it is, I've never seen one like it. This must be the tunnels that... Hazmat people! What's the readout? Sitting just above 258 Kelvin. That's down a bit from last time. Wait, is this the Beacon Pines sign? Should we report this to Mr. Kerr? Meh, still within safe ranges. Maybe spreading, but it's under control for now. Even a small nudge in the equilibrium could cause a cascade. Dude, relax. Just a few more sites to hit before we punch out. Let's get this over with. What is this? What's all this? Hard to say with all this snow. I think it's a town sign. I can almost make out the letters under there. What town could this even be? Could be another town this deep into Weepwood. I'm looking at evidence to the contrary. Let's figure out what we're dealing with here. Step 1, snow's gotta go. I'll see what I can do. Interesting. Gandhi, you found them. Do you like them? The cute little Mocha remotes that we have now? We were setting them up for him, and I think it's just the way Twitch is. All of the animated ones need approving. So when we had added the emotes last stream, the animated ones weren't approved. But do you like them? They're super cute, right? Okay. Does it say Beacon Pines? It does say Beacon Pines. How are there 2 Beacon Pines?
The sign that now clearly read, "Welcome to Beacon Pines."
How is one frozen and... This doesn't make any sense. We're in Beacon Pines. How's that possible? We ran away from town. How did we get back here? I guess we got turned around? Where did all this snow come from? Well, it's been colder than normal lately. It's a pretty big difference between sweater weather and Arctic hellscape. The puddle we fought at before, it was cold too. Maybe all of it leads to one source. You think it's related? What the hell is going on? We're gonna get you some answers. Let's keep moving. Definitely Mocha's brand, 100% it is. I'm sorry I'm quiet, I have actual work. How dare you? Exactly as David says. There's also Pokemon in chat. Luca, are you there?
Almost forgotten the walkie-talkie he was carrying.
With, you know, roll on the end. Is that Bozo Care? I hope nothing bad happened to you out in those woods.
Iggy with hesitation.
No need to be rude.
Sigh, Luca responded.
It seems like the only dangerous thing in the woods is you. He speaks, the young man of the hour. Now, how in tarnation did you end up with one of our radios? Just lucky, I guess. Boy, howdy. Howdy? You Van Horns are full of surprises, aren't you? You knew my parents? I never had the honor of meeting your father, but your mum sure was a handful.
Luca winced, shoving the walkie-talkie back into his pocket.
We gotta keep moving. So the mother must have been, you know... This is town. Wait. If that's town... Is this not where our house is? The grave's up here, right? This is where the grave was. And the dad's buried here. The house is here, normally. This is where Gran is, supposedly. Apparently, that's where Gran is. Does that mean this is here in normal mode? When it's not snowy? Hi, Robert Vlad. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are we doing today? Okay, so town is frozen over. There's chemicals here, too. This stuff looks familiar to you? It looks like the barrel near the puddle I shoved me into. Yeah. You did. Can I ask you a question? Sure, go on. Hi, Ash. Oh, even this is frozen. It's all frozen.
Frozen stream. Luca could faintly see a school of minnows encased in the ice.
Oh. Whatever happened here happened fast, for sure. The fish didn't even have time to run. Or, you know, swim run. Exactly. Okay, it's snowy here.
The crunching of footsteps trailing Luca went hush.
Wait. Perennial Harvest isn't here. The whole building's gone.
He looked back to see Iggy's face twisted with confusion.
He looked back, faced with the confusion. Yeah, everyone's gone. The building's gone too. Was the game you playing with the baby? From the short, that was Scorn. That was the game Scorn. We streamed it last week, I believe. Robert was last week, I think. It was Scorn. There must be an explanation for all of this. We had to keep looking. You can look all you want. I quit. Iggy, we had to keep going. You don't get it, do you? This isn't one of your pathetic Hank Atomic stories. We aren't gonna save the day. We aren't even gonna save ourselves. My face is mangled, the town is destroyed, and everyone we've ever known is gone. We don't know that. You can't just quit. Do whatever you want. I'm done. Iggy, it's gonna be okay. Perennial Harvest is gone. Why did I not realize that the store was gone? Strange. You're welcome, Robert. Yeah, we streamed it like last week, so there was that clip which, with the puree machine thing. Yeah, that was from that game, yeah. My best friend loves the hoodie you bought. I'm glad you... Was that the one you wore at work? The one with the different colors on it, Ash?
He let out a long, foggy breath. Faintly, Iggy began to cry.
Seeing Iggy in such a pathetic state gave Luca a sense of compassion and more than a little guilt.
You mean the bully that bullied you for so long is now useless? It is getting pretty late, I think. Probably not a great idea to stumble around in the dark anyway.
Luca allowed himself to collapse next to Iggy.
Let's just rest for a
The
bit.
boys huddled together for warmth and comfort. If not for exhaustion, their minds would be racing, trying to make sense of the events of the day.
Don't do it, because you're gonna, like, stop moving and freeze.
As it was, all they had energy for was to sit in silence, numb.
Uh-oh. Shouldn't the light pink hoodie... Oh, okay, gotcha. When will you stream next time? Well, Robert, that one, the Scorn one, we finished streaming, so we won't be playing that one again. But I do stream Monday to Friday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube and on Twitch. And this game, Beacon Pines, we played this one yesterday, and we might be able to finish it up today, I believe. The way the snow covered everything over... Is that what I just said? It's kind of calming. Yeah. I haven't had time to say it, but thanks. Huh? For getting us away from those creeps. I sort of froze up back there. I should be the one apologizing. This all happened because I lost my temper. Nah, that's bull hockey. First of all, you didn't know what that gunk would do. You didn't, right? Of course not. And second, stop with this baloney about losing your temper. But I did lose my temper.
Motioned sarcastically to his half-deformed face.
Obviously. But that's exactly what you should have done. Huh? I was being a horse's ass. You were supposed to be a horse's ass in response. That's how it works. Icky, I'm having a hard time following. You wanted me to fight you? Of course. Geez, you goody-goody types take forever to understand the very basic point. Why would you go around saying cruel things trying to get into fights? It's something to do. You're an asshole because you're bored? Sometimes I just feel empty. You wouldn't understand. You and Rolo are always having a blast together, laughing and calling that dinky little treehouse mission control.
Wept openly.
Perfect little Luca Van Horn with his perfect little life. My life is not perfect. Everybody in town likes you. Not everybody. Hell, the new girl hasn't even unpacked yet and she already likes you. You have Tish.
His nose with a sleeve.
I love Tish. Tish is great. But she ain't exactly the world's greatest conversationalist, you know?
Luca gave a warm chuckle.
I get that impression.
His throat as he wiped his eyes.
It must be raining out here. Definitely.
Launched into a wide yawn.
We should probably try get some sleep. Yeah. Let's lay low for now. Tomorrow we'll get to the bottom of all of this.
Began to slowly drift shut.
Luca, yeah? I always did want to see the inside of your dinky little treehouse. What do you think? Not bad? I'll give you the full tour when we get back. You know what? Huh?
All Luca could whisper before succumbing to sleep.
Fell asleep. Robert, go enjoy your games. I appreciate you for popping by. Thank you. I have to wear red for work tomorrow. You have to wear red. Not pink on Wednesday. How dare they, Ash?
Iggy snuggled in some more.
When it comes to worst days of my entire life, this one wasn't half bad. Wait, the game's gonna end, isn't it? Because they died. They froze to death.
Smelled of warm bread. Luca was playing with toy blocks on the living room rug. He looked up to see his parents on the couch. His mother held his father's head in her lap. She idly stroked his hair while humming a song. A voice behind Luca spoke.
This is how you remember them, huh?
Luca turned to see his own face. The doppelganger from his dreams, still clad in a yellow hazmat suit, still carrying a look of disdain behind empty eyes.
Aww, look at this perfectly cozy scene. You know it wasn't really like this.
The figure picked up a toy block and inspected it.
It's amazing the facades that one can build given the right materials. Not that I blame us. These are a child's memories, all warm and fuzzy. You don't remember, do you?
Something different happened? The game is pretty dark for being so cute. Honestly, it is, Addy, right? I'll wear a red t-shirt, but then the multicolored hoodie. Perfect, good choice.
Snatched the block from the figure's yellow gloved hand.
Remember what?
Remember what?
The doppelganger pointed to the couch.
The last day we saw him alive.
The day he chose to abandon us.
Chose?
Luca turned to look at his father, still lounging on the couch. That's not true. He didn't abandon us. The doppelganger waved his hand dismissively.
Everything is true here. It's just a matter of what we choose to see. Let me show you.
The world flickered and pulsed. Luca was sitting next to his bed, listening to his heartbeat with one of his dad's stethoscopes. The doppelganger limped into the room.
Now, we both know that's not how this went.
He grabbed Luca's
Oh my God.
hand and guided the stethoscope to the floor. Luca heard muffled shouting, brought close by the stethoscope.
Wait, he was spying on his parents through the floor using the
It
stethoscope.
was his parents, fighting.
Fighting.
Do you remember what we did next?
He gave a slow nod and crept down the hall to peek through the banister. He could see the outline of his mother at the bottom of the stairs. Damn it, Walt. We can't afford to get involved in this. She was scared.
Scandal.
His father stepped forward.
What am I supposed to do? Just watch?
He's a whistleblower.
There's a sickness in this town, and we both know who's behind it. I swore an oath to help people.
Oh, he's a doctor, isn't he? Stethoscope.
I will turn
Right.
back on them.
Luca's mother grabbed Walt, She was crying, pleading. I can't lose you.
Walt calmly removed Eleanor's hand from his shoulder.
What's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. I could never live with myself if I let Sharper get away with this.
Eleanor raised her voice.
Spare me your bullshit platitudes.
Oh.
What about our son?
Yes.
Luca flinched, dropping the stethoscope down the stairs. Walt turned with a panicked smile.
Luca, is that you, buddy?
With tears in his eyes,
Who else would it be?
Luca descended the stairs.
Mom? Dad? What's going on?
Walt dropped to a knee to meet Luca eye to eye.
Nothing, buckaroo.
Your mom and I just got a little overexcited is all.
Luca placed the stethoscope against his father's chest. His heart was racing. It sounded like you were going somewhere?
Walt gently removed the device from Luca's ears.
Listen to me, Luca. I have some business to take care of. I'll be back in time to tuck you in.
Luca hugged his father tightly.
Promise?
Walt stood up and walked to the door. He glanced over his shoulder.
I promise. With a wink in
He
every eye,
promised.
He put on his hat and strode out into the evening sun.
We didn't freeze to death. Wait, it's talking? Yeah, it's... Okay. That's why I don't speak, is because it's speaking, so I don't have to.
It stood above them, lingering in contemplation. Slowly raising one hand above Iggy, it snapped out 2 brisk raps on his head.
Oh? Who is this?
From a deep slumber, Iggy sprang up defensively.
You finally getting a break? I am. They aren't that smart. Let's stay outside versus the building. Yeah, in the middle of like a deep freeze, they fell asleep leaning against the wall instead of just going inside one of the houses, right? Seems a bit odd. Get your hands off me.
The calming presence or the recognition that he was not in danger, Iggy felt his clenched fists lower.
Who's that? So what do you think you're doing?
Gradually remembering his whereabouts, the figure exhaled a cloud of warm vapor.
Warm vapor. You two certainly have caused a lot of commotion. What's that supposed to mean? Take it easy, Iggy. We were asleep minding our own business. You're the one running around knocking on people's heads. I'm sorry if I hurt you, Iggy. You didn't hurt nobody. Anybody. Huh? Oh, I see. You think you're better than me, you...
When it came to complete strangers, Iggy had trouble cobbling together an insult.
You big-hatted, scarfy-necked, furball. Okay, let's lower the temperature a bit here. Interesting choice of words. I mean, let's all just calm down. Who are you? A friend? An observer? A hitchhiker on the infinite expanse of possibility? Great, how about a name? If you must call me something, you can call me Nat.
Iggy huffed with gratification.
Interesting. How about you make like a gnat and buzz off? Very well.
Began to turn away indifferently.
Do you live here? You might say that. So you know where we are? You might also say that. Look, pal, we just want to find a safe way out of here. You gonna help us or not? Before knowing how to leave, one must know where they are. Alright, that does it. Luca, I don't know about you, but I'm getting out of here one way or another.
Turned sharply and began to stomp off.
Enough with the riddles. Iggy, wait up.
Realizing he'd worn their patience then, Nat relented.
Very well, I suppose this isn't the time for metaphors. I'll show you how to get back home.
Iggy turned around with hope in their eyes.
Interesting. Come here.
Nat took a deep breath in.
Close your eyes.
Nat exhaled slowly, then snapped his fingers.
Okay, open them.
Brief moment. Luca and Iggy let themselves believe that some great magic was about to unfold, until they opened their eyes and found themselves in the exact same place. Cold and disheartened.
This is your home. This is Beacon Pines. Look, Nap, we don't know how we got here. Maybe we stumbled through some time travel gate in Weepwood, or we teleported to some alternate universe. Or this is all just some cruel experiment by Kerr and his goons. But this is not our home. You're inching closer to the truth. Alas, the reality is much less fanciful. Just give it to us straight. So be it. Tell us exactly what happened. As I said, this is Beacon Pines, the original true Beacon Pines. The original one? The one before? You both grew up here, but the town you've called your home for the past several years is a replica. A remarkable achievement of engineering, to be fair, but a replica nonetheless. That's impossible. It's too much work. You'd need a whole town to replicate a whole town. Wait. The Foul Harvest? To pull off such a feat require immense labor power. That which could be moved would be moved. That which could not would require a precise duplicate. We would have noticed. Someone would have noticed. You'd think so unless the auditing was impeccable. A mind-numbing attention to detail. As for the innumerable trivialities which complete the tapestry, well, you can leave that to the miraculous thing we call a brain. It has a real aversion to discontinuity, please. A revolution, even. A revulsion, please. These words are fucking me off. The brain has a wonderful way of smoothing out the rough edges, keeping us sane. Luca and Iggy looked around uncomfortably. So you're saying that someone made an entire new town and moved us all to that and no one noticed? Precisely. But why? Why is the one question that can never be answered with certainty? The best one can do is uncover.
He narrowed his eyes, furrowed his brow, and uttered,
The source? Why'd you say the source like that? Why indeed?
to laugh uncomfortably.
It's all ridiculous. There's no way they could.
He looked down at his feet. His eyes started back and forth in contemplation. With a sudden pain, a thought struck him.
If this really is home...
He sprinted off into the pale distance. As Iggy turned to follow, Nat called out.
Yeah, we're gonna go check the grave. Iggy! It's not too late to turn back. Simply head west through Weep Wood.
Chapter 6. The Source.
The source.
Nat expressed his sympathy with a shrug and sauntered off as unassumingly as he'd arrived.
Who is this
He'd
person?
given Luca and Iggy what they needed, and nothing more. As Luca sprinted across the snow, the events of the past few days became clearer, pieces to a larger puzzle. Rollo said he was underground somewhere, captured. Mr. Kerr tried to cover it up with lies.
Okay.
Clipboards were hell-bent on capturing Iggy. It all seemed to point to perennial harvest. But right now, there was one thing that Luca needed to know.
Is the grave there?
Luca stopped dead in his tracks. The tree was gone, uprooted and moved, leaving a raw gash in the earth. He dropped to his knees and dug wildly at the cold snow. His numb hands hit something hard, a headstone. A dry whisper escaped Luca's lips.
You're here. All this time, I thought I was visiting you, but you've been here alone in the snow. Dad, I'm so sorry. They've ruined your favorite spot in the world. Our favorite spot in the world. What do I do?
Reply. Just snow-covered silence.
Why'd you give me the slip like that? What if I couldn't find you, you jerk?
He finally noticed the tears welling in Luca's eyes and the snow-covered grave.
Oh. Iggy, they stole his tree, Iggy. Yikes.
They heard the crunch
Not
of
yikes.
approaching footsteps in the snow.
Who is it? Show yourself. We gotta hide. Oh, a hazmat. 2 hazmats. 259 Kelvin. Fall off distance, still good. Dude, did you hear me? I said 259. Sorry. You ever think about what we did here? We saved a whole town of people. Doesn't feel like it sometimes. What about everything we left behind? That's the grave of someone with a family. The people who love them will never know the truth. The truth is overrated.
Snowball and lobbed it playfully.
Hey, don't be such a downer, dude. We took this job to change the world. Yeah, come on. It's almost lunchtime. Did he just dance? Just called him a weirdo. They just happened to have this conversation when they were eavesdropping. I thought I was a jerk. These dinguses are out here literally dancing on graves.
Through heaving sobs.
I thought I was visiting him. I thought he was with me. Not gonna lie, that's a bad break. Here's some
A
advice.
solid smack on the back of his head.
That's the advice. Hey, who's any of this helping? What? Sitting here in the snow, crying like some pushover. Who are you helping? Iggy, look what they did. They lied to everyone. Blah, blah, blah. Luca Van Horn, you're a lot of things, but you ain't no pushover. What did I tell you before? When some jerk comes at you acting like a horse's ass, I should stand up for myself. Hell yeah. Kerr and his merry little band of clipboards pulled off this switcheroo for a reason, right? Nat mentioned something about a
Luca
source.
wiped his eyes with a sleeve.
Whatever's at the source must be awfully valuable to Perennial Harvest. It would be a shame if something unfortunate were to happen to their precious source, wouldn't it? What do you have in mind? If it's small enough to steal, we snatch it. If it's too big to snatch, we smash it. And if it's too big to smash,
Flashed a mischievous smile and cracked his knuckles.
it's always up for a challenge. Oh, I'm always up for a challenge. I'm gonna make this right, Dad, I promise. Let's do this. Locate the source. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Is it in this tunnel? It can get awful cold out there in the woods, Luca. Probably best you stay put and conserve your energy. Help's on the way. Where's Rolo? Where's my mum? Did you kill her? Oh, heavens no. Do I seem like a killer to you?
Luca shared a skeptical look.
Well, do I? I mean, he's a hyena, yes. Shucks, now that hurts my feelings. Screw that guy. Okay, but can we go in here? It's not actually in here? Okay. Maybe it's in town. Maybe it's in town. The real town. Wait a minute. If this is the original town, then that means...
Iggy darted behind a large pine and began digging furiously. He emerged holding a shoebox with a crude skull
Ooh.
on its lid.
What's that? Long story. So a few years back, I came into possession of some premium grade fireworks. Not the wimpy firecracker stuff they give kids. The good stuff. So why did you bury it under a tree? That's the long part of the story. You and Rolo were doing chores at Rolo's chicken coop, and you guys pissed me off for some reason or another.
Luca rolled his eyes with realization.
No, you didn't.
Stifled a chuckle.
Yep. I just wanted to give you guys a little scare, but like I said, these were some primo fireworks, so I might have underestimated things. You blew up the chicken coop? I like the mean, messed up looking one. Yeah, they're messed up looking because we pushed them in the green slime, which has made them deformed. They're a bully, Gandisha. I prefer to think of it as an incendiary redecoration. Sorry, but you should have seen the looks on yours faces. Rolo got grounded for months, which is why I needed to stash the evidence and lay low. So I buried him under the tree. When I came back for them later, they were gone. I figured some grown-up found them and tossed
He
them.
triumphantly raised the shoebox.
I've been called a bully, so it makes sense. That might be why you like them then, Gandisha. Iggy triumphantly raised the shoebox. Turns out it wasn't the fireworks that got moved, it was us. Unbelievable. You would think there would have been other things which could have been secrets that people would have found out about. Do you think this is a game? Newsflash, boyo, you're not a hero. You're a little brat who's in way over his head. A hero is just someone who refuses to give up. Comics these days are rotting children's brains. Everyone thinks they're a spaceman superhero. I was always partial to Hank Atomic myself. Is that so? Do you really think you have a chance against us? You have no idea how powerful we are. Prepare for blast-off, loser. Did he just chuck the walkie-talkie? Okay, because this building here, there's usually, where I'm standing, there's usually a building here. It's perennial harvest. I'm hungry, but I'm scared to eat. Please, Gaddy. Maybe you should eat some food. Crooked, just like this whole stinking place. Crooked. That might be what we say to the other person instead of saying shame. You know how bad my stomach was hurting earlier? Well, that's probably because you didn't cook your food properly, Gandisha. Or something, I don't know. I don't know what you did. Okay, can we go to the... Oh, we can't go anywhere? Oh, we can only go down here, okay. Everything else is kind of closed off.
Luca and Iggy inched up to the edge of the hole with bewilderment in their eyes. Arctic air breathed out of the cavern in heaving gusts.
This is under where the fountain is in the new town. Tweety Lowe's, please. I can see why they wanted to move us out of town now, but why would they dig a giant hole? I think this is it. That's the source. There's something underneath the town. The limit does not exist. This, it's a dang hole. How do we smash a hole? I don't know, I think you ask Gandisha. Oh, it's much more than that, my annoying little friend. Yeah, where's Rolo? I wasn't lying before, he's safe. Well, safer than you two, at least. Drats, it's cold. You just had to drag me all the way out here, didn't you?
Mr. Kerr gazed down the abyss in contemplation.
It really is something, isn't it? What did you do to our town? What is all of this? That's a doozy of a question. This is the source where they collect the unrefined,
Kerr scratched the back of his head.
Honestly, boys, I don't understand any of this well enough to explain it. Fact of the matter is, I'm not paid to know. What do you mean you don't know? Ain't you in charge? Oh, heavens no. My role is merely a to flash a winning smile and manage various complications. Complications like us? You're a smart boy.
His face contorted into a saccharine grin.
So he's not even the one in charge. It really is nothing personal. Is he gonna push us down the hole? Some people are destined to strive for greatness, and others are simply obstacles along the way. Seems like you are destined to be a creepy lackey. The point is that we all play our part in life. Mine just happened to be a lead in the role of a lifetime. And you happen to be extras ready for your curtain call. We aren't giving up without a fight. Your smile's not gonna be winning after we're done with you. Now, boys, there's no need for melodrama. It makes even a professional such as myself embarrassed for you. Let's change the mood a bit.
Snapped his fingers.
Scene change. Oh no. There, that's better. Deal with them.
Iggy turned to Luca with a sly glance.
Why are you smirking? Because I have a box full of fireworks and you don't?
Iggy waved the box into the air, threatening to drop it down the hole.
Stop! Let's not do something regrettable. Joke's on you, regret is one of my specialities. Out of curiosity, what would happen if I threw these in your precious hole? Nothing. Nothing at all. You're a terrible liar. I'll have you know I'm an exceptional liar. If you have a tummy ache, then chicken soup, no Subway or footlongs. David, that's great advice. Definitely great advice, David. You should listen to David Gandy. Make myself hungry now. Make me think of Subway too. Bup. That's far enough.
A single bottle rocket from the box and held it up with reverence.
Stop, you fool. Call off your goons.
After a long pause, Mr. Kerr flung up his hand with frustration.
Very well. You all head back for the night. It's been a long day. I'll handle these two from here. I love how Subways are not footlongs. Yeah, they're not. They're like 11 inches. Something, right? Because they're actually smaller than 12. It's just us now, Iggy. You can put that down. What, like this?
Nonchalant flick, Iggy tossed the firework into the hole.
Aha. Wait. This is where nothing happens. Could you imagine? Ooh. Whoa.
Growl, Kerr leapt at Iggy, crashing through Luca
There's a Pokemon in the chat. Oh no!
Iggy tried to twist away, but in the struggle they both tumbled over the side. Luca dove forward, bracing Iggy's hand just before it slipped. His grip was made precarious by the cold, wet snow. He could see Kerr further down, clinging to Iggy's coat.
Kick him! Kick him in the face! You reckless child, what have you done? Luca, listen to me. Hold on tight and use the walkie-talkie to call them back. What channel do I use? It doesn't make a damn difference, they're always listening. If you do that, the clipboards will just haul us up and snag us both. The only way you get out of this is if Kerr's out of the picture. Just let go and save yourself. If he lets go, we both die. I don't want to die, but seeing the look on your face almost makes it worth it. Mr. Kerr, you've had a long life. Why don't you actually do something selfless and just let go?
Mr. Kerr gasped with insight.
Hi, Jay. Hi, welcome in. I've been good. How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. Long life? I'll have you know I can still play 25. You should have heard me sing the part of Phyllis Young. Phyllis Young. Exactly, you can't sit with us.
Look in his eye. Mr. Kerr began to hum a proud melody.
Kick him. Just kick him off. Property dum-dum. Can you believe this guy? Hum? Do we get hum? God. Oh. Got something new. Doing good. I'm doing really well. Just playing a cute, cozy game. I think we're coming close to the end of the story, I believe. But we still have different routes to take, and we're still getting new charms, so we can try out different endings, I think. So this is a good game. I've been really enjoying it so far. It's very, very cute. It's very cute.
Luca's hand began to cramp. His voice began to crack.
Kerr, just let go. No, can do. If you want to save your friend, you'll have to save me too. Luca, look at me. It's okay.
Iggy loosened his grasp.
You aren't gonna kill your friend like that, are you?
Every muscle in Luca's body burned.
I'm not his friend. Yes, you are. Now I'm just a no-good bully. Like you, Kerr. Iggy, no.
Felt his hand slipping.
And I told you what you need to do with bullies. I can't. It's the only way out of this mess. Two birds with one stone. It makes sense for us to fall together. Wackadoos travel in packs.
Calm settled over Iggy's face.
Hi, Stephen with a PH. Hi, welcome in, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. How's everyone doing today?
Iggy's voice was colder than the bitter air billowing from the chasm.
Let me do the right thing for once. Oh god, don't make me make a choice. I had no choice but to refuse or accept. Do we refuse and help them both, or do we accept and send them both to the bottom of the abyss? I'm gonna refuse.
No choice.
This is too much. I don't like making choices.
He tightened his grip and reached for
Playing with some remixes. Love that. Love that. How's that going, Steven?
A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face.
Obviously.
That's a good lad. Now, radio for help.
Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time.
But Luca pressed the button and called out.
We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards.
Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration.
There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now.
A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better.
Just mean his hair, he almost
I
died.
applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder.
The founder?
A swarm of hands overpowered Luca.
The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
The end? Please.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing.
Well, at least we know. The game is so dramatic, it is so dramatic. Well, I guess we're going back and we're gonna kill them. Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
Luca had no choice but to accept Iggy's request.
With a quiet blink, Luca watched a teardrop sail down into the howling void.
As his fingers slowly gave up, he met eyes with Iggy.
Good.
The two silhouettes were swallowed by darkness.
Not the fireworks. Hell of a goodbye, Iggy. Luca, you should really step back. What? Quickly. What's gonna happen? Curious. Do we stop the freeze? But of course, this fireworks of ease must have just been just the right amount of energy. We should get out of here before perennial harvest arrives. Not until you tell me what just happened. Your friend's sacrifice just saved this town. For a little while, anyway. How? Tempus liquamine is a peculiar substance. It can change the relationship between matter and time itself. But doing so requires unfathomable energy. In a closed system, that energy can only come from its surroundings. A useful side product of this property being, by adding precisely the correct amount of energy to it, one can create a cryogenic cascade. So the gunk makes things cold, and the fireworks made the whole freeze over. That's one way of putting it, yes. As dumb luck would have it, the fireworks weren't strong enough to generate a runaway reaction. I shudder to think what would have happened in that case.
Some idea what that would look like.
We've seen this. We've seen this, because there was an explosion when we were in the treehouse and everybody froze. Also, I guess that's what happened to the town the first time, right? That's why everything's frozen. Interesting. Interesting. It took them a good while to safely break through and access the source again. If you know all of this stuff, why haven't you been helping? I have been, in my way. Each of us has our role to play. Iggy's role, it turns out, was to buy us precious time. Mine has been to observe and wait. Wait for what? You. Me? Why? What's my role?
A fierce twinkle flashed in Nat's eyes.
Luca Van Horn, you are going to save the world. Ooh, love that.
With a chuckle, Nat turned and walked west. Dumbfounded, Luca followed behind him, trudging through the snow. Every step taking him further away from everyone and everything he knew, and closer to destiny. To be continued in Beacon Pines, Pines Harder. Revenge served cold. Second time's a charm? Wait, that's it? This ends with a crummy cliffhanger just when it was getting good? I was even starting to like Iggy. No way. I refuse to be associated with some never-ending parade of sequels.
Yeah, me too.
Let's go back and find something more definitive.
Thank you. Okay, so that was an ending. We finally hit an ending, but the narrator is not satisfied. Okay, so we haven't unlocked anything new here at Shame. We've used all of these, so our next best bet is to go back to... Yes. Okay, back to the weather, and instead of us choosing to stay in because of the rain, something else is going to happen. Interesting. I love this. The sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break instead of rumble. Interesting.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night.
Appreciate the luck, thank you.
Down, shimmering in the treetops.
So we had just had dinner with Beck and Beck's parents, And then the rain was supposed to start, and I guess now it's not starting, so we can meet Rolo. We're not going to have a massive argument. Well, they may still, because they may not like Beck, but we'll find out. You're not going home? No, I promised Rolo I'd tell him about
Stopped himself mid-sentence.
something. Promised you tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret, you've got to tell me. Okay, you've come to the treehouse. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Right, so if you remember on this route over here, on this route that we were taking, Luca had gone to the factory, the warehouse, on his own because Rolo had to go do chores. We managed to escape from the grasps of the person in the hazmat suit and live to tell the tale. And then we became friends with Beck, I believe, correct? Yes. And we just had lunch with Beck, or dinner with Beck and her family, and we're supposed to be meeting Rolo in the treehouse. What happened last time, because it rained, we didn't make it to the treehouse, and they had a massive argument.
Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spiked gate, looming mansion, rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. I will reveal your secrets. I mean, you will reveal your secrets to me. Oh. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. Oh. It's Heiress. Heiress Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. There comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I'm talking about.
Excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in a suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. You do understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything. I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. Can't wait to see that look on that Rube Kerr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned is that change is painful. I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out supervillain talk. Honestly, if you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
Figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from the corners.
Oh, it's Gran.
A chill ran down
What?
his spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
But not all of it. Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
Granny, honestly. So Granny is playing both? She's wearing the hazmat suit, so she's obviously pretending to be part of Perennial Harvest, but she's working with Heiress and the Valentines. So is she deceiving them both? Or is she trying to take down Perennial Harvest with the Valentines' help? Or is she trying to take down the Valentines with Perennial Harvest? Because obviously we know that something bad happened, right? Because the founder, what's his name? I cannot remember. He died. The founder of the Valentines and town died, but also the son the dad, the husband died, and the wife is missing, and he died with an accident at work. Right? Scandal.
What big
There's also
ears
Pokemon
you
chat.
have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet.
Maybe the Valentines aren't bad guys. Maybe they were also, like, the founder was murdered by Perennial Harvest, just like the dad was. Maybe.
After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What is going on? Give me the gossip right now. What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in a hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out. Lead the way. Okay, Gran's in a hazmat suit. Gotcha. Was Gran the one that grabbed us? There's no way. No. No. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
Ford finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
I've never understood the term P's and Q's, because I always assumed P's and Q's meant pleases and thank yous, but Q's, what's Q's? Pleases at please and Q's? I don't know. I've never understood the phrase and I've never looked it up. Never understood what P's and Q's actually means. I just always assumed that the P's was pleases and never understood what Q's was. Still don't know. No clue. If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of... a new waving emote. Love that. Love that. That's cute. Little waving. Love that, Jeff. It's adorable. He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped. There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
Both looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility.
Ah.
And broke into laughter as they walked away.
Ha 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 ha. That's how they would laugh. So we know this actually leads into the facility. Creepy. The music is wilding right now. Mr. Nuncreed, Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give them a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me just to keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Well, we already know he's a bad guy. I believe he's the one who grabbed us. Because when we confronted him, well, we didn't even mean to. We just were telling him our whole life story. He grabbed us and put us in a phone booth, and then we got sent down to the facility, so... Oh, she's still reading her book? Wow. The answers you seek will be revealed to you in due time. The question is, the figure intoned, are you prepared to live with the truth? The truth that Grandma is responsible, right? Is there anything in here? Is it gonna make me watch that video again? Because I don't want to watch it again. Yes, it is. That's his name, Sharper Valentine. I keep forgetting. Thanks for it. Makes me smile. Been waiting a long time for a waving emote. Waving emotes are cute. It's always good to have one. But I'm glad you got one. Glad you got one. I better dilly dally. Got to get to the treehouse. So fine. Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all of the Perennial Harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf, a cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just a thought. It's a little odd. Pretty weird for sure. Well, the customer is always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. They don't like caffeine? Or it's the same person a million times cloned over, you know... Oh, I can't go in here? And they just happen to like the same thing because it's the same person cloned? It's a reason it's the same person, right? Perennial Harvest, which we still can't go into. Here's the mayor and Mr. Kerr.
Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it without you.
Gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not so sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. She's been indisposed of late. She doesn't like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair. We couldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. Your darn tootin' he was.
Locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? I've never felt one need of a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just the festival, all of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds. Yep, little bundles of potential.
In his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet, and all it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Interesting. Seeds. Fertilizer, you know. Oh, this is nice. The treehouse is just a little further on from here. So what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo, he's... Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy, he's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what the foul harvest thingy is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Oh, this is the first time we're hearing about it really too. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Ooh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or the air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died, and everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest, yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business, half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? No. I take it Rolo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yet for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn Initiative. First thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week when they decontaminated the groundwater. This here must have been when they moved everyone to a different town. We better get going. Somehow they didn't notice that they were being taken back to a different town. There's Rolo. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rolo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
His head with pride.
Oh, look, he's not mad. You'll find we spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca, you know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Oh, the little ladder just disappearing. So cute. So he's fixed the gun apparently on top. The cannon. Oh, he's rolling up the window too. Please. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. Love that. Okay, can we come in? Oh. Okay, I can throw some trash at this, right? Bam! Oh. I missed. I was too close. Bam! I hit it! Oh, I have to do it on this side too. Bam! Did it! Oh, I have to do it on that side again. Oh, it's moving? Oh no, not the moving. Bam! Got it. That was the security system? Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. You know, it's pretty nice. I love that. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative, I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Oh, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse. Here we go. So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters. I don't think so, it seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of running equipment. Oh? A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They're wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. It could have been Gran. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang, that's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On the way here, Beck and I saw Heiress Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
A low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at the Valentine warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your Gran in the same suit talking to Heiress Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kind of awesome.
Shot back a look.
No offense. So we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your Gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke that person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged, but she was definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. What could she possibly have to hide? I don't know, we haven't talked much since you moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his mum went missing. Didn't you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Wait! It may not even be his grandmother. Are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Faced out the window.
If he hasn't seen her for years, it may not even be the same woman. Just saying, sounds like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says, folks only bury stuff worth digging up. We want to investigate your house. My Gran really is hiding something. Don't you think I would have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you two tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start by getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for a good snoop. You can count me in. Oh, it's like the gang's together. That's cute.
Chapter 6. Secret Lair.
Secret layer. Not lair, but layer.
Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight,
cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows.
Chapter 6. Everything, it always seems to get to chapter 6, I believe, right?
He slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What could it be? Is Grandma a spy? What time is it? He puts on his cute little sweater. It's so cute. Okay, well, Grandma wasn't there. Grandma's not downstairs. Who is it? Oh, they just... What on earth is that? Oh, it's a little, like, detective hat. That ridiculous thing on your head. Oh, this? It helps me think. You can eat a lot more of those. A joke all you want. We'll see who's laughing when I crack this case wide open. The coast is clear. Yep, whatever she's been up to this week has been keeping her busy most of the day. Very well. The game is afoot.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a Gran, where would I hide my deepest, darkest secrets? Perhaps where you might least expect it.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence.
Aha!
Coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it's safe to assume anything that dusty isn't what we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants you to think. Then again, any good detective knows not to trust their first hunch. First hunches are for suckers. Eureka! She's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. She keeps that fire going every day, Rollo. Drat, I may already be too late. Just think of the mounds of documents lost to ash. Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Gran doesn't want you to go? Gran's closet. The closet upstairs. Maybe it stands to reason that we should check there first. No dice, it's locked. Well, well, well. Look who stands to reason now. And I have no idea where the key is. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her berry bushes.
Touch me. Touch me.
I want to be fingered again. Hi, Tom. How we doing? Who has ever thought I'm going to take this important thing and huck it in a bush? True. Anything else? Maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, she's always worried I'll break her fancy dishware in the kitchen, but it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
Crept onto Luca's face. All three
Interesting.
stopped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
The kitchen. Animal Crossing graphic novel. Close enough. Yes, close enough. All right, Rollo, this is your time to shine. Ah, yes, you've called upon my expert detective skills. And now I shall proceed with...
Luca scrambled up Rollo's back.
in the shoebox. This isn't my idea of detective work. Every squad needs a good lockpick, and every good lockpick needs a sturdy head to sit on. This is beneath my standing. Stop complaining and hold still.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them.
Ooh.
Their eyes searched for anything amiss.
Ooh.
But the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Ooh. That was anticlimactic. Yeah. I don't really know what we were expecting. Oh. Ash, thank you for the hydrate. Everybody, please hydrate. I mean, just jank on his random teacup and...
On one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
It's a secret door? No. Gran has been doing some remodeling. Only two types of people have secret lairs: evil masterminds and superheroes. So which one do you think she is? We're about to find out. So more of an unhinged conspiracist vibe. Yes. Wow. This cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping to conclusions. What's in this barrel? What do we have here? Barrels marked caution, explosive. So when she films out only grands, that's exactly it, Gandisha. And jam jars. There's enough jam to feed the whole town. What kind of incendiary jam is your gran making? Explosive jam? Interesting. She wouldn't have had me walk around town delivering bombs. Right. Only one way to find out.
Casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberries,
He smacked his lips.
a hint of brown sugar, and ink? What?
Frollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper.
There are notes in them. Explosive toeberry jam. That's what it is, Tom. That's it.
Frollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
There are notes in the jam. Fratelli, a gran jam gram. Last night, I used the disguise Eris provided to scout the location. The timing window should be possible. Operation Sparkplug is a go. They're doing a heist. Is it not you kids finding my secret jams but only Gans? That's what it is. The game is so misleading. Cute, cozy ass artwork, but the gameplay is wilding. Honestly, it's been like murder, conspiracy, explosions, everybody dying, and us restarting multiple times. It's crazy. Whatever it is, it can't be good. So more a bombshell than a bomb, am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide, but I'm the bad joke guy around here. Interesting. Why she got... Why would she have that down here? Why would Gran have a punching bag?
Of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
She's spying on everyone. Sure kept herself busy. Is your Gran a serial killer? Because I'm starting to get a vibe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just tracking the movements of everyone in town, out of the kindness of her heart. She put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, Mr. Nuncreed has a check mark. The clips are all inside of a big, the clipboards are all inside of a big circle. My mums are both on here, both with question marks. Gus Valentine has a question mark. Eris has a question mark that's been crossed out. Mr. Kerr has a bullseye. The killer has chosen her next victim. We don't know that any of that means this. Any of what this, whatever it just said. Whatever it means is probably not good. So we know that Mr. Nuncreed is the guy in the hazmat suit, because when we told him about it, he told us you shouldn't have said that, and then he pushed us into the phone booth and sent us into the whatever beneath, right? So question mark or tick is whether they're conspiring with perennial whatever, right? Which is why he's got the bullseye on his head. The clipboards are all in a circle because they're all part of it, right? So she's trying to figure out who's also intertwined in perennial harvest, I think. English, exactly, English.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked.
Why would they be locked inside of a hidden basement?
He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter.
Not them using fingered and bulging in the same sentence.
For a long moment, he just stared at it.
Walter, is that his dad's name? It's my dad. Some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor.
And caressed the label with his thumb.
Okay. Fingered, bulging, and caressed. Okay, are we going somewhere with this? Are you gonna read it? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages.
Leafing through the pages. Why is it English and not British? Why is it English and not British? Well, maybe because British is made up of multiple countries and not all of them speak English. Or they're not all native English. Hi, Christine. Hi, babes. Welcome in. Welcome in.
He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
Barely looking at the text. He's skimming over it. How about you actually read some of it? Oh, one sec. Dense documents such as this are a lot like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. I had no idea we're in the presence of a prominent scholar in dense documents. And cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
Stopped at a page and mimed holding up a monocle.
Ah, here we are. Follow-up examination of Terence Wilby. Patient shows further signs of paleness and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. He now described soreness of muscles and joints. This is similar to symptoms exhibited by Miss Willoughby a few days past. Meaty bulge caress. Exactly, Gandhi. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. That's kind of disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nuncreed's name.
His
Wait.
finger traced across the page.
It's like tracing across. There's more scribbled in the margins. Could it be contagious? Mr. Willoughby claims the tap water at his home has been contaminated. Perhaps environmental. Lab results only raise more questions. Looks like he came back to the report later and made those notes. So it might be related to something else.
Scanned through several more pages.
So if these notes were written by his dad, the doctor, this is all what happened before the foul harvest. So before the family business went under, before perennial harvest came into town, right? So the fertilizer, the chemicals or whatever has leaked into the environment and was poisoning the citizens. The writing looks shaky. I just couldn't help her. This disease, or whatever it is, progresses so fast, and with his wife passing, Terrence's condition follows close behind. Exasperated by the loss, enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. It's alphabetical, see? What does it mean enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own hand? This is bullshit.
Slammed the drawer shut.
What is this?
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Cool, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, Rolo. Yep, but every treasure map is an old map. Can't fault that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town, and if we follow it,
He traced the path with his finger.
it leads right to here.
He jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. The fountain in town. Yes, because we know underneath it is where the source is. And we know that there's an entrance into the whatever, the tunnels in front of the town sign, which we could only see when we were in the cold version, right? So I would assume that they rebuilt it in the normal one, right? That doesn't look like treasure to me. The end of the path has the same symbol as the explosives over there. So it's not hiding treasure, a real bummer. What's the thing you've been excited about the past month? The festival. Gulp. Did you say gulp? Feels like a gulp kind of situation. Everyone will be gathered near the center of town. She's going to blow up the festival. Not if we stop it. She's not going to blow up the festival. She's going to blow up the source, which freezes everything, because Rolo and Luca were in the treehouse instead of at the festival when they froze.
Luca looked up from the map.
Is Grandma home? What was what? No, I heard it too. That was the front door, which means someone just shut the door, which means someone's upstairs. Quiet. Hit the lights.
Flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
It's not Gran? Hello?
A few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down there?
Kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
Yoo-hoo! Big summer blowout! I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to help. Is this a clipboard? Just...
At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
Huh? Guess it's nothing.
Suddenly, Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth.
เช็คที่เมื่อกี้สนามมูวี่มัน
Hi, Saf. Hey, babes. Welcome in. How are we doing? Happy Tuesday. Rollo, don't.
Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
Flaming chicken coop. Is that what he screams?
Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rollo? Mysterious creepy man? Anyone there?
In the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know if I had it in me. But there was only one way to find out. Holy crap, Rollo, that was awesome. Wait, did you just kill that person?
Scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You sure clobbered him good, Rollo. He's knocked out cold.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Mr. Tolliver. Oh, it's Mr. Tolliver. Ad. Oh, yeah, sorry, Sav. It's... What is the time? We're 3 hours in. Yeah, it's on the hour. Yeah.
Chapter
It was Mr.
7.
Tolliver.
The interrogation of Hiram Tolliver.
Interrogate him.
Unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string.
Loose string. Not the string. It's not even rope, it's just string.
One thing was certain. They couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to
could
know
they?
what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
Sashay away. They'd run the classic good cop, bad cop interrogation. Chill cop or hard cop? Oh. Well, we've had chill for ages. We've only just recently got hard, so we should probably try using hard.
They'd run the classic
Maybe.
good cop, hard cop.
Hard cop.
interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times.
Love that. Hi, Azrium. Welcome back,
Rollo
babes.
swaggered past the chair. which
How are we
propped up
doing?
The slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
He's not even awake yet. Mr.
And
Tolliver?
Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
Bam. I said, Mr.
He
Tolliver.
grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face.
Just shines in his eyes.
Groaned.
Working as usual. How's work been, Azri?
He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the
Chair
world?
wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who's there?
Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
Exactly. I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. Welcome back, Safi. Welcome back. Sorry about the ads. Been ghetto? Are they being rude again, Azri? Do we need to sort them out? As for you, looks like you're sweating.
Doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or we'll just say I've never needed another way.
Hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall.
Literally.
Slammed the table again.
Now dance? What? I don't
Tolliver's
even...
voice became desperate.
He was nearly in tears.
Do we scare him? You tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper, to make sure everything's ready. Oh, so you're in cahoots with Gran. Gran?
Oliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good lord.
He shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. He's spilling the beans. Source? What's the source? It's where
Faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
Mr. Tolliver passed out cold.
Bitch, you can't pass out cold. You have to give us answers.
With a repentant grimace.
How did he pass out? Think you were a little too hard on him? No. What do you say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information. Yeah, but we better not push Mr. Tolliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? It just got set up for the festival. Now that tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? The library. If there's anything information about the source thing, Kado can help us find it. Let's go get some answers. Ooh. Hi, Crimson Knight. Welcome in. Collect your daily records if you guys haven't already. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Adorable, new word, yay. Oh, Kado hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. That got you working for free? It's quite nice to get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you in Rolo, I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. And if you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing. We sort of don't know. What you got on the history of the town? That's the country record archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading, but they do go all the way back to when the town was founded. Interesting. Great, we'll start there. So we need this information because this, when the town was founded, was kind of around the fertilizer company. So maybe there's something interesting going on.
6 feet under, 3 towns over.
Ooh.
The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered.
She's trying to blow up the town.
Messages hidden in jam.
Jam.
Dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
But what flavor of jam? Huckleberry. I believe they said huckleberry. Imagine Rock not having all of his emote slots filled could never be me. That's because I don't have new emote slots yet. Oh wait, no, I don't have any new emotes to put in them yet. If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears. Hi, Mocha. The kind that packs a punch and explodes in your mouth. Exactly. Because it's apparently explosive. Well, actually, I don't think the jam is explosive. How's work going, Mocha? Shut the book with an assertive nod. If you've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal, and it won't be boring country records that'll kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself. Ooh. You're a country record. Really? That's the best you've got? Well, and I'm done with you. You'll be a footnote in history. Just like
Slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey, hey, hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's take a minute and... That is something you would say, Gandhi. I was thinking that. You're a country record. That is something you would say. Something tickled the back of Luca's mind. Was the name Beck? It's in the obit. J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford? That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Gran died 8 years ago. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords. Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter E. Hartford. My mum's name is Eleanor. This is getting creepy. If your gran is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
In the air.
I called it. I said it was a spy. It's a literal plant. Right, gang, I gotta close up for the night.
Her eyes.
No. How late is it? Almost 10? I still see the sun coming through. Pyro's gonna kill me. I gotta go. My parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about your unconscious man in your basement? Oh. You caught it an hour ago? Uh-oh, what did the bot do? What did the bot do? Imposter! Oh, the bot called it an hour ago too? Imagine. Imposter is imposter. I'll think of something. Oh, Yin, were you tagging me? Maybe you're tagging me, but yes, we're the one and the same. We definitely called it an hour ago that the Gran was an imposter, right? Because they said about he hadn't seen the Gran in years or something, right? And then she came into town when the mother went missing. And I was like, okay, suspicious. She just randomly reappeared. Your frothy buddy is back. Also, you're back. Welcome back, Wolf Dad. Are some work calls? How are the work calls? Exactly, Shade. Exactly, Shade. Exactly.
Hey, bestie.
Exactly, Saf. Discussing the SB experience went well. Good. Glad the football stuff went. I was doing stuff. Is it the moderation stuff? Thank you, Stanley. Thank you.
Oh, please, sir.
Please, sir. Yeah, sure that. Okay.
Daddy.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
I didn't see a pride flag, so this is a hate crime.
Quiet, Mocha. You tell him. You tell him, Mocha. And
no,
you tell him, Wolf Dad. Exactly. No, ooh, David. No, ooh, David. Okay.
Move, I'm gay.
Saf, are you done? Can I carry on? No, I thought you're on your snap. You're not on your snap stories. Oh. It is Queen Asri now. Queen Asri has a Queen Asri command, so. Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house.
Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet.
Maybe they hadn't got back yet.
There was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement.
Oh, right, I forgot about that.
Dealing with him would be the first order of business.
Probably.
Shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
You did kind of accost the man as, oh, Gran is home.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely.
Shh.
She was asleep.
His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before.
Does she actually sleep? She's kind of a diva. She acts like she was over it. Wow. Love that. Love that. It's like, I'm over it. Can we go wake up Grandma? Let's go poke her in the face. Let's go poke her face. Grandma! Okay, she's good. She won't wake up. She won't wake up. There's no way she didn't check the kitchen and notice this. Oh, he's gone? She let him out. Oh no.
Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Gran knew everything.
Or maybe Gran knew everything. Who's not Gran? What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned.
Ah! That scared me. Hi, Lou. Hi, babes. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Sky Alliance. Welcome in. Welcome in. How was the stream? What were we playing today? Hello. Hello. How are we doing? Oh, there's also a Pokemon in the chat. Hi, Theater Guy. Hi, welcome in. How are we doing? How are we doing? What were we playing? We playing something super fun today? It was Sims. Love the Sims. Love the Sims. How's the building going? And it was Chaos. Love Chaos. Chaos is my favorite. Sims is also brilliant. How do you make Sims with Chaos, though? Sims with D&D Chaos? Oh, okay. I'm interested. Okay. I was like, how do you make Sims become Chaos? Because I feel like Sims is very chill and organized, you know? I have 18 minutes left of work now that, not that I'm counting. Theater Guy, we know that you count down the minutes before work ends, right? We throw dice and chaos happens. Now that sounds interesting. You roll the dice and you have to do something or make something happen depending on what it lands on, right? So like, oh, does my sim go eat? Yes, no. Do they go in the shower instead kind of thing? That could be really interesting. I love that. Trying to eat and he wouldn't let them? Please. Okay, that's what I was imagining. That's exactly what I was imagining. Sims and organized are words that do not go together, basically. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Okay. So when you play The Sims, there's no organization. Gotcha. Gotcha. Lou, I do really appreciate the raid. If you have to take care of yourself, please do. Please make sure you are hydrating and you are stretching. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. We're playing some Beacon Pines today. We are pretty close to the end, I feel. We've already seen one ending and the narrator was like, not today, not this one. So we've kind of gone back and we're playing a different end of the story to try to get a different ending. More importantly, how are you? I'm doing really well. I'm enjoying this cute, cozy game, which is kind of less cozy, more mysterious and murdery, which is a lot of fun, actually. I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much for the raid again. Okay. Luca's hungry stomach groaned.
He'd gone the entire day without eating.
We had, because we're in the library reading up on stuff. Just need a little brain food. Sky Lion, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Oh, not the jam. I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
The lid to read the label.
Mr. Nung Creed. Hee. Oh, now I can think. So if Gran knows we tied Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it cool. I guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Right, but if she untied him, she knows that we know that she knows that we know that she's planning on blowing up the town, and we've told everyone. Right? She knows that we know that she knows that we know that she knows that we know. Because he told us. Because she sent him to check on us, and we made him tell us that he knows that we know that she knows that whatever. Anyway, love the vibes. I'm so good. I'm glad you like the vibes. We like to keep it chill here unless we're playing a scary game and this is the opposite of chill. Gran's gone? Uh-oh. Gran, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool. Gran sleeps upstairs in our room.
The emotion of the day dragged heavily on him.
Uh-oh.
With each consecutive step, his legs weakened.
There's something in the jam. No.
His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps. Oh! It's a dumb. He just faceplanted the floor.
His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
She poisoned the jam?
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Your jam, bitch. Which you've poisoned. It's just the sound of her dragging us across the floor. Rest now and let me handle everything. Because she's about to blow up the town and everyone in it. I have to leave, but I'll try to join you next time. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I do appreciate you coming through the raid and the follow as well. Chapter 9? Christ, the game ended on chapter 6 before. A speech to end all speeches? We're getting close.
To find himself face down in bed. He moaned into his pillow.
Why would Gran drug him?
Because you were getting involved.
Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
Mr. Nuncreed. Because he's a bad guy.
Shaking the questions from his woozy head.
Oh,
snapped
face
back to
down,
Mother
just like I
Jane.
like it. I heard Wolf Dad. He called that one. So the jam was poisoned because it was for Mr. Nuncreed, and we know Mr. Nuncreed is a bad guy. Because he accosted us before and threw us in the phone booth where we got sucked into the lair beneath. Maybe she isn't bad. Wait, what if Gran is our mother in disguise? She's hiding our identity so she can take on the company which killed her husband. No, that's too far-fetched. Oh, into the... I mean, we all saw that clip, and that clip is played multiple times, Wolf Dad. Where have you been? Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for secret conspirators. This was intended for Mr. Nuncreed, put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho. Sly devil. Sly, we've got another charm? I thought we were close to the end of the game. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We looked around, but haven't seen anything odd. Gran is nowhere to be found, but Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. So either Gran is trying to kill everyone or she's trying to save everyone from someone. I still don't know.
Wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing... hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and I suppose you already know that. Yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. Oh. Even that's more than the old codger deserved. Look at him, like...
awkwardly loosened his tie.
Yeah. Right, where was I?
Landed on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
I don't like it, Mr. Kerr. Gus Valentine, everyone.
Gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
He's like, shoo, bitch. Let's hear it for our mayor. They didn't even clap. What a great turnout. Oh, heck, I didn't prepare anything, but I suppose I could say a few words. Would be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Wait, he says he didn't have anything prepared, but he has a stack of cards. I don't like Mr. Kerr. No, he's not great. He's sussy. Community, conviction, commitment. Those are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. I'm gonna smack him in the face. I think you should. I think you should. For those, I mean, for us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It's inexorable, unavoidable, and undeniable. Inexorable? That sounds correct. And I'm daggum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would change my life forever.
Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know
He
what?
wiped away a single tear.
A single tear is like, ugh. From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special. Is it jam?
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Community, conviction, commitment. Pledge a daily rook if you haven't already. Exactly. Stick that on a merch item. When Mama used to say, hi, gay, but she used to come and just say, hi, gay, she did.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip.
Biting his lip.
The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through that foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival was a symbol of our commitment to each other.
The voice began to build to a crescendo.
We now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together, and that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we will be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Well, that was grand. That was grand. You just show as like Stanley sitting in a huge vat of Rickles like Scrooge McDuck. That would be so funny, right? That'd be hilarious. Granny just woke up. You need Mocha to tuck you in, had his foot long, then went to Subway for lunch, please. So you felt wow. What about your wolf that I'm hungry? Hungry? I want a foot long. I want a Subway.
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Okay. Don't worry, a little thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I've learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We have all planted a lot of good in this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim
Raised his hands up to the heavens.
our harvest awaits.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold
Well-
air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
It's not the first time that's happened.
For a man like William Kerr,
He got
this
froze.
was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time.
There is no way this is our real biological grandmother. She would not kill us and everyone in the town just to stop Perennial Harvest. No way. Has anyone met a grandmother? They would never do such a thing like this.
And
No. Back it up.
ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything.
It really does.
Maybe we should just quit. Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again.
Maybe I should, but we still got 30 minutes.
No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time.
We did.
We just need to try again.
I got different charms this time. I have different charms. Look, I can use chill and sly. I have loads. Nothing to try here. I haven't got a new one here to deal with him yet. So we just go back to interrogating. We try something different. Maybe we try sly. Loads, you say? Exactly. What about sly cop interrogation? We've had chill from the beginning, so I don't want to use that one yet. But sly, we just got.
We'd run the classic good cop, sly cop.
Sly cop.
interrogation.
Let's go.
Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
Let's go. We've got this. What? What's going on here? You're that Modewell girl. Please call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here.
Herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Who would suspect a kid? I suppose that makes
Mr.
sense.
Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
Clutch Data Rickles, also hi Frumpy. That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand, we never know who to trust in this town.
The growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. Turns out we're both here to...
Held her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
destroy the
And
evidence.
clicked her tongue.
There we go. This old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone were to find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Yeah. You sure can finish up on your own? Mm-hmm. Trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. There's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And when you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in Perennial Harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have a password and know where to put it. It's got to mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies. Frumpy will show you a loose end. I think Frumpy is a loose end.
Turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
Interesting. You guys catch that? Sure did. The whole time Mr. Tolliver's had a candy shelf, but all he ever sells is his apples.
Blinked slowly in disappointment.
The password, Rolo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he had heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
Need to find the hidden meaning. Rearrange the letters like an anagram. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered, cover up. Maybe it's one of those, each letter is a number thingies. So U would be 21, N would be 14, D would be, ooh, it's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Beck looked at Rolo with amazement.
That was incredible. It was either that or Cred's new drugstore. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Something is happening. This a drugstore? What are you doing here? You scared me half to death. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Mr. Tolliver around, have you? No. He got me waiting around like the last slice of pie. I swear that man would be late to his own funeral. Probably. We didn't just have him tied up in the basement. There's a drugstore in town? You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. What do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some more time with him. I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, heiress, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. There's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damned backyard. They are dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When this all goes inevitably wrong, still got that wrong. Who do you think will be blamed?
Hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make, sister. This town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of the future or be forgotten in the past? It's a shame. Father named you Augustus, but you will always just be Gus. Good night, heiress. I'll see you at breakfast tomorrow. She just read him. It's getting late, children. She's still here reading this book. Ma'am. Knowledge, he spat with a sneer. There exists a gulf between knowing something and being able to do a damn thing about it. I do hate when the villains make a good point. She always knows what's going on. Where is the drugstore? Not here. It must be next to... Wait, is the drugstore... Oh, Nuncreed's drugstore. I've never seen it say drugstore. I just thought it was a grocery store. My bad.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
He's cute, isn't he? We're looking for Mr. Nuncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? You might say we have an arrangement.
A surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Licorice is disgusting. Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. I can't say licorice would be my first choice, but whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Oh yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. I'm always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. You must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's easy as cold hard cash. And for him, I guess it's licorice. Right? Well, he's right, it's locked. There's got to be more clues. Okay, let's see. Well, we kind of know it's the phone booth, right? Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
This is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Kren's nude rug store? I mean, underground secrets? The password.
Opened the door and they all squeezed in.
I don't think that would be the password, would it? All right, let's see here.
Cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounds like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we... Why would the password be underground secrets?
Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing.
I would assume so.
It's unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground.
Ooh.
It was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I knew it. You knew that there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember when I said how cool it would be if the transdimensional conduits from Hank Atomic issue 12 were real? Rolla, at one point or another, you said about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Please. Looks like each one of these have something written on them. There's the smashed one. Suit is a broken mask, like the one we broke. So have we found our mystery warehouse creeper? Well, at least we found the hazmat suit. If it walks like a Nuncreed and talks like a Nuncreed, let's not jump to conclusions, just saying. Interesting. Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. The town is all farms and fertilizer, and a series of tubes. But always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure that wisdom applies in this exact situation. Tasty Nuncreed? Yeah, he was the creepy guy who accosted us once. Maybe he tastes good too. Let's think about pie. You don't always realize what he means until it's too late. What's this one say? Perennial Harvest Main Office. Makes sense. That's where my mum works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. What's this one say? Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Aha, that's where we went. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube go into the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. Ooh. There's a lot of buttons. Love the drama. Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Yep. Something big. Ooh woo. Exactly, Wolf Dad. Eeny, meeny, miny. Oh, we're going to the warehouse, I guess. What did you do? Nothing. I didn't even mow yet. Wait, that means someone's coming here? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Someone's gonna come out of it. Mr. Nuncreed. Shit. 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 Awesome. You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. I told them it was an absurd password, but they love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. We don't care about our skins. Hold on now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Nuncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. You know, your father and I were friends back before.
Gestured toward the strange tubes.
The strange tubes. Thank you for the hydrate. Everybody, please hydrate.
Get drunk with your dad. Let's have a good time. Let's do very questionable things as family. Okay? Bottoms up.
Bottoms up. I'm actually gonna run out of water very soon. Cheers. Exactly. Cheers. You have wine. There you go. Perfect timing on the hydrate. Exactly. Perfect timing on the hydrate. I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happened. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were a sidekick? No. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Growl of a sigh.
You want to bounce on Mocha's knee? As you should be. I need you to know this. Drama. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us, says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Your father and I both believed in helping people, but the thing I could never get him to understand was, it's a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone. The drama. The drama. What is this? Oh, is it the you ranking up thing? No, you're being exposed. Also, hi, L. Hi, L.
He shook his head wistfully.
Long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Wait, okay. So he betrayed the dad? What is that? It's a ranking system. It's just every month people rank up for the time spent in the streams so that they can gain pips for each rank that they gain. And then at the beginning of the month, the ranks reset so people can gain even more pips. And I've got nothing yet to spend pips on. He's trying to remain secret. Yeah, I was gonna say, it usually exposes people lurking, especially at the beginning of the month too. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. It's just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Took a menacing step towards the children.
It's gonna murder us? I tried to keep you safe. I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this, but you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
Imagine. My lurking is exposed. Yeah, it kind of exposes it because it does it by the hour, or however many hours it is to rank up. So it often exposes people at the beginning of the month. Yin's constantly beating me at every corner. Yin's just out here beating everyone at everything. Yin's a professional beater. Don't like being exposed. Oh. There's also Farfetch in the chat. You really don't know? My gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper, she's like planning on crashing the town's party. She's gonna disrupt the festival. Why would she? How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. Hi, Ren. Hi, babes. A little Rick dancing over there. Juniper is quite the bratty puppy. They're definitely at fault. Yeah. They're all, I mean, I feel like they all have something they're hiding. Something sussy. Hi, Ren. How's it going? Happy Tuesday. Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today, and honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Creed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. She's in danger, boy. I don't know. She had a map with a mark of the fountain in town square. The fountain, but why would... The source. She knows about the source. Ketchup. What the heck is the source? She tries to destroy the source. It could catalyze and, dear God, she's gonna freeze us all. She does, twice. You got it. Congratulations, Wolf Dad. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. Oh, not him leaving. That did not go how I expected, so we're totally following him, right? Totally. See you on the other side. Jump in. We're doing it, we're all going. I love this town. I still can't figure out who, like, the real villain is here.
The cold, hard truth.
No! The cold, hard truth.
To yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant,
right, I know what this is.
Blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face.
The old town, which is frozen. Medding out, I hope you have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your stream. Thank you, Theatre Guy. I hope work wasn't too awful. I appreciate you being here with us. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon. Now I know where this tunnel leads. I mean, I kind of knew that the tunnel was part of it, but didn't know it led back to town. Intense. That was very intense. I think I might have parted with some fluids in there. Ew. Any idea where we are? Somewhere cold. Doesn't look like I got any of, doesn't look like it got on any of us. Didn't feel like we traveled that far. So where did it all go? This place, he's so confused he threw up and he can't find out where the throw up is. Why would anyone want to blow something up out here? Only way to find out, I suppose, we need to catch up to Nuncreed. I think he went this way. This looks familiar, yeah? Maybe we can clear off the snow. No time, Nuncreed's getting away. We already know that it says Beacon Pines on it. Are they gonna realize this is Beacon Pines? Okay, this is starting to feel really familiar. May not be the most versed on the all things at Beacon Pines, but this does look like some sort of frozen replica of town. I got it. It's so obvious now. Mr. Nuncreed is an alien. Rollo, stick with me here. His species can only live on sub-zero temperatures. Oh boy, here we go. The source is their base camp dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it by traveling through the metallic wormholes back there. The final objective, kill us all and shapeshift into Beacon Pine citizen of their choosing. You never really had me, but you very much lost me there. You get used to it, we should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the front
There's Gran.
square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild.
The drama.
Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
The drama. Juniper, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. If you drop that, you've doomed this whole town. It wasn't me who doomed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you've done. You and your co-conspirators. Gran, what's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Back held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
You've got it all wrong, Juniper. Just hand over that torch. You don't understand what you're doing. How could I possibly trust you to do the right thing? Walt told me everything. He trusted you and you betrayed that trust. Luca, did you know that this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father might still be alive.
With anguish, his voice hardened.
That's not true.
Now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how to affect change. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. Now that's not fair.
They at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage.
Oh god, don't make us make a choice. Oh, and in the stillness he began to weep or hum. Should we cry or should we hum? We should cry, because if we cry we get attention.
And in the stillness, he began to weep.
Let's cry.
It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered softly. The tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This'll all make sense soon, Luca. Then everything can go back to normal, I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can't hide behind those people any longer, Joseph. Once their precious source is destroyed, we'll see where their loyalties fall. Juniper, don't.
His final plea, Gran flung the torch into the...
We're all gonna freeze.
She smiled and exhaled in relief.
Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Boom. You see, Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. If you want things to change, then you must be willing to freeze to death.
Finish. The ground shook her to silence.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're humming and not crying.
She had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. Unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror.
That's like BritRick.
No contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end.
Or not?
Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from.
We kind of knew that.
Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Okay, we're gonna redo it, but we're gonna hum. He began to hum.
And in the stillness, he began to hum.
Maybe she will not throw it?
After the death of his father, Luca had trouble sleeping. Each night, his mother would sit at the foot of his bed and hum a gentle melody. It was the only thing that could calm his mind. The only thing that, however briefly, could make it all seem okay. That melody pervaded every memory Luca had of his mother. Shivering in the raw snow, he began to hum it out loud.
Is she gonna join in?
Gran lowered the torch, listening closely. As recognition slowly set in, her heart sank. Those countless nights of consolation, the incomparable loss they shared together. She let the torch fall to the snow and sizzle out. A few steps toward Luca was all she could bear before dropping to the snow herself.
Granny. So it is her Israel granny?
Flood of tears, she began to hum along, note for note.
It is Granny. It's cute.
Luca lifted his head in astonishment. The last time he heard that melody was the last night he saw his mother.
How do you know? I'm so sorry, my little buckaroo. Buckaroo? The only people who call me that are my dad and my... It is Mother in disguise, right?
Blinked through blurry, watery eyes, trying to see more clearly. He could just make out the impression of a familiar face. He peered across the snowscape at the woman on her knees. Something about her was undeniably his mother.
Pull off her wig.
Only smaller,
Snatch it.
older, changed. Luca
How's she
sprinted
old?
as fast as he could toward his mother.
Wait. Wait. The green slime. The green slime made her old.
They held each other close.
Look for puppy walks. Of course, Wolf Dad. We love you.
Retreated from their bodies.
I thought you were gone. You should have known I would never abandon my son.
Looked down at Luca, tightening her embrace in an appeal for forgiveness.
How? You're a smart man, Joseph. I thought you'd have pieced it together by now. You were exposed. I don't understand any of this. What happened to you? Where did you go? Why did you leave me? I never left you. I was always right here, Luca. Why did you lie to me? It tore me up, Luca, but I did it to keep you safe. I thought that getting answers would help us both move on, but the more I discovered, the more I realized the danger we were in. Until perennial harvest was stopped, it was better if everyone thought I was gone. You could have trusted me. These are bad people, Luca. They won't stop until they get what they want, and they don't care who gets hurt in the process. Then what do? We have to stop them.
Slumped into the cold, wet snow.
They can't be stopped. This is too big. The drama. I tried beating them at their own game. I'm done fighting fire with
First
fire.
time in a long time, her voice felt like her own again.
No more lies. I see now there's a better way to stop perennial harvest. The cold, hard truth.
Gazed down at Nuncreed with pity. He looked small. Joseph stared into the snow, as if searching it for answers.
Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash. Oh, yay. Love crashing parties. Hi, Uncle.
Punish you. Punish you with this pickle. Punished you with this pickle, Rick. Remember this, Rick. This pickle. Rick. This pickle. Rick. This pickle.
Oh.
Punish you with this pickle.
There's a Pokemon in the chat, too. Hi, Gunkle. Hi, babes. How's it going? You're like, oh, yeah. I forgot to do this. You don't understand. He always wins. Okay, so Grandma is Mother. Mother got exposed to that stuff and became old. Okay. I bring the Pokemons, you do. You came in and the Pokemons decided to also.
The devil you know.
The devil you know.
Months ago, Eleanor Van Horn crept down the maze of sterile hallways under perennial harvest.
My pickles bring all the pokes to the yard. They do. They come for the pickle, I think.
She stopped in front of the large steel door marked Deep Engineering.
Deep Engineering.
No turning back now. She raised a trembling hand.
Final Fantasy 14 can't get in. Boo hairs. Mocha, we can have a look when I come down. We can get into play.
The stolen keycard worked as promised, and the door buzzed open with mechanical efficiency. She was immediately hit with the smell of disinfectant. It was some sort of laboratory. In one corner was a desk covered in papers. Across the room stood a tall metal pod with hoses protruding from its base. She rushed to the desk and began shifting through the piles of papers. They were experiment reports on something called Tempest Liquamen. There were dozens of them, every one stamped failed. Eleanor heard the sharp echo of footsteps approaching. She was out of time. Her eyes scanned the room, eventually landing on the strange pod.
Don't get in it!
Muttering a curse under her breath, she dashed over and dove inside.
That's how she got exposed and became Grandma. And that is what change is all about. Oh, right. The thing didn't explode this time, so. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am tickled pink that we'll be able to make that choice together. How great is that? There's no explosion this time. This man is a liar. Excuse me? I will not. This town has a dangerous secret and perennial harvest only exists to keep it hidden. Nonsense. They picked up the whole damn town and moved it right under our noses. You aren't making any sense, dear.
Mr. Kerr addressed the crowd with a sarcastic tone.
Imagine such a thing. It's absurd and just plain impossible. They promised they could fix the foul harvest. They told us they would clean this place up. We just had to leave town for a few days, but while they had us evacuated... I'm afraid I got to ask you to... You're afraid of a lot of things, aren't you? You sniveling little worm. This is growing tiresome. A little help, please. Don't you all see this festival is a sham? An excuse to have the whole town gather in one place. They're planning something awful. I don't know what, but these people are wicked. Don't listen to her. She has absolutely no proof. I am the proof. I am Eleanor Van Horn.
Whispers filtered through the crowd.
Well, aren't you just sneaky as the Dickens? We all knew Valentine's fertilizer was too good to be true, and now this whole town is paying the price. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry for this disruption. My associates will take this obviously disturbed woman somewhere comfortably, so that she can get the help that she needs. Uh-oh. She's not the one who's disturbed. No one in the crowd is gasping. They're just standing there. You two-timing clown! Not one of them is gasping. You all know there's something wrong with this town. It was just easier to look the other way. The truth is... Oh. Why are you clapping? You knew? That's quite enough, Mr. Nuncreed.
Torment dragged on Joseph Nuncreed's face.
Yes, sir. Take them away. No, I want them to see this. What's gonna happen? The ever tempestuous Eleanor Van Horn, you've been quite the thorn in my side. Like a weed that's buried in where it doesn't Wait, guys, wait. He left everything in his will, not to his kids, but to this person, right? Why? Because he didn't die. He made himself young. She got old. He got young. She got in the pod. He must have been in the other pod. She got old and he got young. He left himself everything to his kid, which is actually just him. I must confess, you look dreadful.
For a moment, plucking a piece of fuzz from his sweater and discarding it to the ground.
Consider yourself in rare company. You've managed to pull one over on me. It won't happen again. I knew you had some sort of plan to disrupt our little party, but alas, I expect something a little bit more impressive than incoherent rambling. No matter, your failures are yours to bear. Mr. Kerr, yes, sir. It's a shame it was cut short, but I thank you for that rousing oratory. I will take it from here. Yes, sir, of course, sir. You've done quality work for me, William. You can look forward to the recompense we agreed on.
Gave a bow of deference.
Founder, you are most gracious.
The crowd.
We can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Glass vial from his pocket. In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine. Gasp, as if I didn't just say this.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Imagine. Hi, Keon. Back, how are you? I'm doing well. How are you doing? Oh, that's not cute.
A hushed horror gripped the crowd. This is a story about change.
What? No. So you didn't see that coming. Good.
Schaefer examined his nose.
This is quite the improvement. Everything looks so much smaller now. Eleanor was right about one thing. The festival was a ruse. I wanted you all to witness my glorious return with your own eyes. Why does everything look so downtrodden? This is a celebration, people. Maybe it would help if we set the mood. Mr. Kirby, a dear, and revealed the sign. Sharper Valentine Festival? We knew they changed the sign.
Sharper choked out a crude squawk of a laugh.
Imagine.
Frustrated grumbles sprinkled through the crowd.
You malicious bastard. Not us getting a charm. I thought this was the end of the story. Imagine. I'm glad you're back so I can tell you to your face. You destroyed this town. We ain't gonna let you get away with it again. Sorry, this is not the time for audience participation. Some assistance, Mr. Kerr.
Kerr gave a subtle nod to the clipboards.
You coward. Does anyone else have something to contribute?
Quiet settled over the crowd.
Imagine. I thought so. Did you all truly believe you could be free of me? A town of complete and utter fools. You people should be celebrating my return. You've clearly lost without me, and that leads me nicely to my children. Daddy? I gave you both the greatest gift a parent can give, the opportunity to prove yourselves in my absence. Squandered. To say I'm disappointed would be an understatement. But silence Augustus, an adult is speaking. Don't know which is worse, a son who's completely hopeless or a daughter with such potential who inevitably lets me down. Eris, you fail me with admirable consistency. I'm struggling. Thankfully, I was counting on it this time. Father, I have been wasting my time, my dear. What have you accomplished? I was focusing on cementing our legacy. Legacy? Who needs a legacy when you can just live forever? But what about It's alright, kiddo. I'm afraid you suffer from a complete lack of imagination. There's just no helping it. Now then, where is Joseph? You didn't take the opportunity to slip off, did you? There he is. Everyone should give him a hand. None of this would have been possible without Joseph. I think you've said enough. Nonsense, the people deserve to know how helpful and loyal you have been. I only did what I did because he left me no choice. You always had a choice, Joseph. You were simply too weak to take it. No matter, cheer up. You are about to be rich beyond your wildest dreams. You should follow Mr. Kerr's example. When I found him, he was in a sorrier state than any of you. An aging actor desperate to recapture his youth. He played his part and soon he'll be able to play the leading man again. Forever, in fact, if he remains loyal. That goes for all of you. Well, those who haven't already frittered away my goodwill. Beacon Pines is mine again, and I'm willing to share its spoils in exchange for absolute loyalty. Are you saying William Kerr was never in charge of a perennial harvest? Ha! You think that puffed up blatherskite could have accomplished all of this? Dawn, I suppose it's time for your big exclusive.
Addressed the crowd with indignant pride.
Hi, Faintest. Hi, welcome in. How are we doing?
He'd planned this moment for so long that now, at the deed's fruition, it almost felt frivolous.
It was frivolous. You see, I needed a figurehead to hold things down while I orchestrated my return. Someone to misdirect, lie, and bilk this town for a spell. So I invented William Kerr. Take your bow, you've earned it.
Flourished a preposterously elaborate bow.
Patrick C. Montesquieu, thespian extraordinaire at your service. This is the guy from the library who wrote the book about himself about being so amazing. I just want to thank you again for this opportunity. It truly was the role of a lifetime. So this Bill Kerr was Pat C the whole time. Now that your secret is out in the open, what's to stop this town from rising up against you? That's the delicious part. Fear. Thanks to our clipboards, I know what each and every person in this town fears most, and I'll make those fears manifest for anyone who steps out of line. The choice is simple. I'm not afraid of you, the young hero. I kept a keen eye on you, boy. You and your friends made a habit of disrupting my plans. What a pity if things would have gone a bit differently. You might have had your moment of triumph, but that's fate for you. You can't do this. Oh, but I can. I have won. Never underestimate what a great man can do given time. Hi, Lucky, welcome in. Now, time is my plaything. Perhaps the most expensive thing I've ever bought, but well worth it. Ha.
Sharper coughed up one final laugh and cracked his knuckles.
Enough chit-chat. Let's get to work, shall we? The drama.
And so, Sharper set about remaking the town in his own image. The fertilizer factory soon reopened for business. Sales rose steadily as more and more farmers across the countryside began to swear by its miraculous properties. Beacon Pines became famous, a secretive town that, for the right price, shared its gifts with all. Gifts that became more and more necessary in a world where winters grew longer and longer.
Mm-hmm.
The end.
The end.
This is wrong, but things are becoming clearer now. You can feel it, right? We can't let Sharper win. He might just be the key to this whole thing.
The drama. Well, that means we have to go back all the way back to here, right? Okay. But do we save that for tomorrow? Do we save that for tomorrow? I believe we're already over time. We're already over time. So maybe we save this for tomorrow and we finish up tomorrow. I think that's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. Because I don't know how much longer it will be. So maybe we could play a bit more tomorrow and finish up the story then. Maybe. I think we should. I think we should. You need to help me figure I will, Mocha. I will. I'm so confused. Okay, I will help you. I will help you. Okay, yeah, we could probably stop it here. We could probably stop it here. I think this will be a good spot, and then we could carry on tomorrow and finish off the rest of the story. because I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm really enjoying it. It's super cute. I was kind of like pushing through because I was hoping it would be finished before 4, but before 4 hours anyway, but it's fine. I stream this Insanity tonight at some point. Maybe you should, Mocha. Maybe you should. But I had a lot of fun with that. That game is a lot of fun. It's crazy. It's ridiculous. I definitely am liking where the story's going too. And we're like piecing together all these different endings and finding out different bits of information that we don't know in different endings, which is kind of funny. So I kind of like it. It's super cute. It's super cute. There's a Pokemon in the chat. Okay, let me have a look at raiding. Who is on? Who be on? Ooh, Mori is on. Love that. Maybe we raid Mori. We haven't raided Mori in a while. Okay. There we go. Mori's playing DPD. That works for me. Okay, let's start this raid. Let me press this button. Press this. There we go. Those of you who are subscribed, feel free to copy the top raid message. Those of you who are currently not yet subscribed, feel free to copy the bottom raid message. We are going to be raiding Mori. Mori is playing some DBD today. She's super sweet. We love her, and she's always a lot of fun. We'll play some more of this tomorrow. I don't know how much more we have left of this, but I also don't want to just push it and keep going. Nutcracker, you know you don't have to copy that message, right? You copy the one with the emotes in it. Take care, Rick. Have a good night. Have a good night, Jeffrey. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope tomorrow is somewhat tolerable for you. I know it's not great for everyone, but maybe you could find some fun in it and do something different. Gunkle, I see you. I see you sneaking in there knowing that we can't do shout outs here. But thank you for the biddies. I appreciate you. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses. We love you. Kisses, kisses. Kisses, kisses, I appreciate you. I did nothing, you did nothing. You did nothing, but that's okay. That's okay. It's fine. You don't see the raid? Jeff, that's honestly not a surprise. The raids always seem to be broken for you, which sucks. Always seems to suck. I don't know what it is, but maybe it's something about mobile. But I don't know, it's odd. But anyway, you guys, please take care of yourselves. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll be back again tomorrow about 1 p.m. Central Standard Time to finish this off. I love you guys. Take care. Be good. Have fun. I love you, and I'll see you again soon. Bye, guys.